This webcast presentation on the McGuffey Sports Network will begin in 1 minute. This webcast presentation on the McGuffey Sports Network will begin in 30 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
This is the Trib Live High School Sports Network, the official streaming partner of the WPIAL, featuring exclusive coverage of all playoffs and championships. Stretching across 10 counties, 2,000 broadcasts a year, live and forever archived. Trib, hssn.triblive.com.
You are listening to the McGuffey Sports Network, the voice of the Highlanders.
On the campus of West Liberty University for tonight's matchup between your McGuffey Highlanders and the Cadets of Linsly. I'm Rusty Pettit alongside Zach Waters, and we'll be bringing you here all the action here this evening on the McGuffey Sports Network, powered by ARA Sports Shop and carried live on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. And we got a good one here tonight. Zach, this is a rematch from last year. It's a non-conference matchup, but this was a great game last year between these two teams. In fact, Linsly handed McGuffey their only regular season loss of the year. It was a tight one. Linsly scored late to win that one 27-20. McGuffey comes on the road this time to face them here at a beautiful campus up here in the mountains of the Panhandle of West Virginia, and a great facility. So we're very gracious and blessed that they let us join in here, and love this setup. This is anytime you get a press box like this is a luxury, especially when you're on the road. We have a great setup at McGuffey. We always know we got there, but when you go on the road, you don't always know what kind of setup you're going to have. But this is a great one, and so looking forward to a great football game on a great stadium, two good teams, and it should be a great night of college, or great night of. You there? Okay, great night of high school football. Sorry.
No, you're good. I was starting to hear myself echo through a little bit. And yes, and I mean, this is going to be a great experience, I think, for both of these squads. I mean, if you look at what we're looking here at Linsly's schedule, this is the only one that they have playing at West Liberty. So, I mean, this is going to be quite the experience that these student athletes are going to be able to take with them the rest of their lives. Coming to a big, like you said, a big, beautiful campus in the mountains like West Liberty University here at West Family Stadium under the lights. And, I mean, you couldn't ask for a more perfect start to the month of October. Happy Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We see the cheerleaders out on the field as the Highlanders are going to get ready to take the field here. The cheerleaders with their pink pom-poms. And as you said, as we were just talking here before going on, the only loss the Highlanders had last year, a 27-20 deficit. And Linsly scored late in that game to put them in the driver's seat. McGuffey led that entire game. And, I mean, it went back and forth, if I do recall. It came down to like a last-minute drive for Linsly, and they were able to slip into the driver's seat. And I think it kind of humbled the Highlanders last year as they went on the rest of the season. But a different team this year, a different team tonight for both Linsly and for McGuffey, as these two teams look to battle it out here under the lights.
Yeah, and looking forward to this matchup. The Linsly Cadets are coached by B.J. Depew. Go down here. We've got the luxury of having a nice program here with their coaching staff. Defensive coordinators James Wallace, the OC is Chris Kidesh. I'm probably Kidesh maybe. I'm probably mispronouncing that one. Defensive line coach Brian Valentine. Offensive lines coached by Guy Lofstead. Linebackers by Mark Dodd. Offensive line Tanner Russell. Running backs and safeties by R.J. Zitzberger. And our wide receivers and DB coach Doug Tush. And the Highlanders coming off a couple really nice wins to start the conference play. They handled Charleroi at home 41-0, and then they went on the road last week. We were down in Perryopolis, down to Fraser, and that was a game that it ended up being 46-13 McGuffey. It was a little tighter than that in the beginning. McGuffey took advantage of some Fraser mistakes and had some big plays, and was able to get out in front of them. But another game that they handled very nicely. So this is a McGuffey team that's starting to get on a little bit of a roll. They come into this game 3-2 on the year. The two losses, one to Southmoreland on the road, and then, of course, at Stowe Rocks. They had that tough one up there against that good Stowe Rocks team, and that sandwich that Brownsville went at home. But I feel like ever since that Stowe Rocks game, they took one on the chin, but they've really kind of hit a nice stride here with the conference play. They come on the road here for a little bit of a break from that. They'll have Waynesburg at home next week, and Waynesburg's down this year. So they look to get – I mean, this schedule is actually set up really nicely for them, I think. So a game like tonight's a good way to go on the road, test yourself against a quality opponent. And you had gone through a little bit before we went on the air of some of the teams that Linsly played. A lot of people don't know Linsly. I remember, I think when I was in high school or shortly after, Linsly Academy. I think now it's Linsly School. I remember Fast Eddie Drummond was the star player here. Went on to be a star wide receiver up at Penn State for several seasons, and that was back in like the late 90s. But a lot of people don't know this school. It's a private school in Wheeling.
Right.
But they put together quality football teams every year. And if you mentioned some of the teams that they played, they're not shying back from everybody. So McGuffey, obviously one of the better teams in WPIAL in their class. But go through some of those other those games that Linsly's matched up with this year so far.
And it's not like they're playing any small non-competitive team here. I mean, Linsly has gone on the road, just to name a few. I mean, they started the season off at Martins Ferry, which Martins Ferry, very predominant team in the Panhandle of West Virginia. But, I mean, they defeated Martins Ferry 27-14. They played at home to Fairmont Senior. They defeated them 31-22. On the road at Cardinal Mooney, a 35-21 victory. Then they went on the road and they had two back-to-back losses. One to St. Clairsville, a 35-14 loss. And then a big team coming out of the state of Ohio, Steubenville Big Red. I mean, a very dominant team. And they lost 26-17. So it wasn't like they have been blown out in the two losses that they had. And, I mean, looking down through, a lot of these teams that they've played have only had a few differences in the scoring. So it wasn't like they were blowing out teams like they were last year when we went through some of the scheduling as to who Linsly played. And as you just mentioned, when we were down at Perryopolis, it took McGuffey a little bit of more than a quarter, I would say, to really get the ball rolling. Figuratively and metaphorically, if you will. I mean, Frazier, McGuffey went back and forth, but once they started to establish a drive and get everything put together, put the pieces of the puzzle in the right places, McGuffey was starting to march up and down the field with the running game, with the passing game defensively, and I think we talked about that last week. So we said the offense complemented the defense complemented the offense, and likewise with special teams. And it was just a big collective whole. And, I mean, if you had to give McGuffey a grade last week, I would give them a B+, not an A or an A-. I'll give them a solid B+, because it took them a little bit to get going. It took them, like we said, about a quarter, maybe a quarter and a half. But once they established the run, they established the pass, the defense sat back, the linebackers read their keys, the line rushed the quarterback on the opposite side. Everything was starting to look a little bit better for the Highlanders, as I said, as they were able to get momentum shifting into their direction.
Yeah, that you got a note there from Jason that turned me up a little bit.
Yeah, I just read that. Sorry about that,
no
boss
worries.
man.
That's yeah. Hopefully he can let us know if it's sounding a little bit better. Turn the gain up a little bit, but yeah, no, exactly right. Looking forward to this one here tonight, and hopefully McGuffey gets off on the right side. Fast track start tonight here on this beautiful turf field in front of us. We've got about 5 minutes until kickoff here. So what we're going to do is hand this over to some of our sponsors, and especially our pregame show sponsor. Our pregame show here on the McGuffey Sports Network is brought to you by McKean Plumbing and Heating. So I'll be right back here to get you ready for kickoff on McKean Plumbing and Heating pregame show on McGuffey Sports Network, powered by ARH Sports Shop, carried on the Triple Live High School Sports Network.
You are listening to the McKean Plumbing and Heating pregame show on the McGuffey Sports Network, powered by ARH Sports Shop.
Hi everyone, Zach Waters from the McGuffey Sports Network. Whenever your home or business decides to give you a headache, turn to the experts you can trust at McKean Plumbing and Heating, located at 468 West Chestnut Street in Washington, and is your source for plumbing, heating, electrical, and air conditioning. Whether it's a job for the do-it-yourselfer, a routine service call, or an installation, let the experienced staff assist with your needs. Call them at 724-225-6260 or stop in and visit them Monday through Fridays 8 to 6 and Saturdays 8 to 4. Plumbing, heating, electrical, or air conditioning, answer McKean. PA 9085.
Hunters, it's almost that time of year again. And when gearing up for your next hunt, visit ARH Sports Shop. ARH Sports Shop has proudly served the tri-state area as your local sportsman store for over 25 years. Locally owned and operated, they specialize in new and gently used shotguns, handguns, and rifles. Instead of waiting in long lines at major big box stores, purchase your hunting license from ARH with fast, friendly service. For more information, visit their website at arhsportshop.com or visit them at 4174 Route 40 in Claysville across from Sunset Beach. Open Monday through Friday 10 to 5 and Saturdays noon to 4. ARH Sports Shop, a proud supporter of McGuffey Athletics.
All right, back here at West Family Stadium on the campus of West Liberty University in West Liberty, West Virginia.
Yeah, say that 5 times fast.
West.
Family Stadium. Yeah, we going west.
Yeah.
We going west, Ricky. We going west. Let's go.
I tell you what, we talked about this a little bit right as we were setting up everything. I followed my GPS here, and this is my first time coming to the campus. I followed my GPS, and it got me here. Not going to complain. In fact, Kevin, we talked about this too. He had the video stuff, of course, all set up by the time I got here. But we talked about the roads. As I'm driving along the roads, I keep passing these signs pointing to the university. And I knew when I'd mapped it out before that there was an option to go through from where I'm coming from up by the airport. I came through Weirton and down that way. And it told me I could go past Bethany. And I thought, well, that'd be an option. And then I saw, when I was on Route 2, I saw the sign that pointed to both university. Well, Bethany. Is Bethany a college or university right now?
Bethany College.
I think it's college.
Bethany's still college,
right.
yes.
Yeah, but they're not far. It's like right up the road here.
Mm-hmm.
And but that would have taken me through both. And I think there's probably a reason why it pointed that way, because I followed my GPS, which might be just a tad shorter. But, man, you talk about some ups and downs and winding around. And they had 25 and 35 mile-an-hour speed limits on that, and there's a good reason for that, because it is windy coming down here. And I grew up in Greene County, and I know windy.
Well, you know the Greene County roads probably better than anybody. You know windy, but I mean, for what we're used to, for where we're geographically located at now, to get to Greene County, I've taken some of those back whoop-de-doo roads, and it's okay. That's fine. But to get here, I got off at the Claysville exit, and took the back way in. And I'm thinking, okay, this isn't too bad. But then as you started to drop down into the gullies and the valleys and the thickets, everything just started to get narrow, about as wide as a pack of gum. And I'm like, how are 2 vehicles, let alone one, going to fit down this road? And I'm like, I really am regretting listening to my GPS right now. I'm really regretting it, and I'm hoping it takes me a different way home. But with the Highlanders coming onto the field, breaking through the banner, we see the captains not at midfield. They're actually at the 40-yard line near the south end zone, and looking to see who the captains are for West Liberty.
We got number 6, Brody Selman. Mm-hmm. We have number 10, Felix Reiter. We have number 21, Luca DiLorenzo. And last but not least, number 72, Hayden Bozich. And on the McGuffey side, Ethan Janovich, Ethan Dietrich, 2 Ethans, Jeremiah Johnson, and Troy Falosk. So they are now staring at the coin, and we will tell you what it says here as soon as they know.
Looks like Linsly has won the toss.
Yep.
Now they're discussing with the McGuffey captains what's going to happen. It looks like Linsly is going to be defending the end zone to the south.
Yeah, which would be to our left on your internet radio dial,
and McGuffey,
or video in this case.
Ooh, so Linsly's going to defer the toss, so McGuffey will come out and receive the opening kickoff.
Yep, they're going to be moving from left to right here. As we start things off in the first quarter, they have the 12 minutes on the clock. So we are just a few seconds away from kickoff here tonight. Beautiful fall night. We've been blessed with some great weather the last couple weeks here in not only southwest Pennsylvania, but now the panhandle of West Virginia.
Wild and wonderful. It's living up to the name.
It is, absolutely. It's gorgeous up here. That's one thing about this campus. That once you do get here, it's a really, really nice setting, kind of tucked away. It'd be a great place to go to school because
it would.
You're just kind of set back here by,
Yeah, the only thing I think that would make it a little bit more fall-y or fall-ish, if you will, is whenever the fall foliage starts to set in, because there's nothing but trees. I mean, it's starting to slowly. Everything's still kind of green. But to really see it whenever it's at its peak, I guarantee you, and I don't mean to talk about the seasons and how beautiful it can be, but I mean, I guarantee it's probably something of true beauty, especially around mid-October, maybe early November, as everything's really starting to hit its peak.
We got Mr. Cipoletti and Mr. Donnelly down here to our left. They're going to be returning the opening kickoff. Looks like doing the kicking duties for Linsly is number 5. And that is Malte Fell.
And he's a pretty big boy for a kicker. Fell, the sophomore, listed at 6. File, I'm sorry. Yes, listed 6'3", 180. Also doubles as a wide receiver.
He is tall.
So pretty big kicker for Linsly. They're in their home blacks with the orange and white stripes on the shoulder pads and going down the pants with the black helmets and the black letter L, or the orange L. McGuffey and their traveling whites coming out looking like Notre Dame almost. And they got the ball set up at the 40. Let's go to work, boys. It's time for some football.
All right, File has it teed up right in the center of the 40-yard line. He'll be kicking off from right to left. Here it goes. Long end over end. That's heading back towards the 5-yard line. Inside the 5, Cipoletti gets it. He's over the 5, the 10, gets hit there. The 15 bounces off another tackler, falls forward across the 20. Near the 21, possibly the 22-yard line. That'll be where the Highlanders take over first down and 10 on the opening series of this game.
Roy Garrison with the stop for Linsly. A nice return for the Highlanders. They had a slight wedge. They didn't try to do anything fancy going to the left or the right. Instead, but going right down the middle of the field. So they come out first and 10 at their own 22.
All right, so we'll see. They've been rotating quarterbacks a lot the last couple weeks. Looks like this will be Philip McEwen to start things off. To the right is Janovich. He is the lone wideout to the right. Cipoletti's in tight on that right side as well. And in motion is Dietrich. They're going to keep it with McEwen. He's got a little bit of room on that left side. Gets out across the 25-yard line near the 26. Pickup of about 5, so it'll bring up second down and 5 to go here from McGuffey. And Janovich running back. He ran a long pattern down the right side, so he's late to get back to the huddle. McEwen now bringing the play in from McGuffey, who's on the far sideline away from us here. Second down, and we'll say 6. They gave him 4 on that one. McEwen under center. Man in motion. This time's Johnson. They pitch it to him. He bobbles it a bit, but then heads up the middle, and he's going to get a couple. He's out near the 29-yard line. Should be a pickup of 3, and that will leave McGuffey with a 3rd and 3. A couple short runs here to start things off, and see what Coach Ed Dalton decides to do here. Guy Montecalvo has been calling most of the offensive plays throughout the year, and he's doing the same tonight, it appears. And they'll head out here, 3rd and 3. Once again, both wide receivers on the right side. Cipoletti in tight to the line. Dietrich's in motion. They're going to give it to the fullback up the middle, and he's close. I'm not sure. It really depends on where they spot this. It was Donnelly up the middle And he needed to get out close to the 32-yard line. I think we might have to measure. No, they're going to go ahead and give it to him. So first down and 10, McGuffey. Took 3 plays and 3 runs, but they move the sticks here on this opening series.
And they're not trying the full Linsly early on. All they've been doing is simply running the ball, either right up the middle or just slightly off tackle.
And this time they'll send both wide receivers to the short side on the left. So Janovich out wide. Once again, Chipletti in tight. And in motion's Johnson. And McEwen following his fullback up the middle. Nice block there. Gets out across the 35, out near the 38-yard line. And that should be a pickup of 6. Bring up second down and 4 for the Highlanders. So good hole there. After faking the pitch to Johnson, he just kind of followed him right up the middle.
Yeah, trying to open up some of the holes for the Highlanders. Number 79, Cody McKee, doing a great job on the left side of that line, which allowed him to get 6 yards, so it brings up a second and 4.
McEwen under center. Man of motion's Dietrich. They pitch it to him. He's going to try up the middle. Hits a pile. I think he was able to push forward, though, for a couple. So he's out to the 40. And that'll bring up another 3rd and short, 3rd and 2 to be exact.
Making the stop for Linsly was number 40, Roy Garrison. They actually have him playing defensive line. He was able to run in there and make a stop for the Cadets. So it brings up a short 3rd and 2 for McGuffey, their own 40-yard line.
Chipletti splits wide to the right side this time. Janovich to the left, 3rd and 2. Johnson in motion. McEwen keeps it. He's got a hole. First down, 45, 50, breaks out to the outside, 45, 40, down the sideline. Got one man to beat, and that guy's going to get him inside the 30. He's going to be hauled out. We have a late flag that comes out right there by the tackle, and I think that might be the second man that came in. They're going to mark him down at the 26. Number 6 for Linsly. I do not have a 6.
Number 6 is Brody Selman.
All right. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong side. That's why. Wow.
So that's really going to put a stab in the back for Linsly. So throw a couple more yards on to a huge gain for the Highlanders. And McEwen had great room to his right side. He sold the read option up the middle. He had nothing but daylight, but you also have to compliment, I believe it was Johnson that was. I believe it was Johnson who was blocking for him on the right side. It allowed him to get a couple more yards.
All the way down to the 13-yard line. First down and 10 McGuffey after the long run and the penalty. Man of motion's Dietrich on the jet sweep. They give it to him. He's going to cut up the field. He gets hit as he crossed the line of scrimmage. He might have gotten 1 or 2. So to bring up a second down and 8 or 9 yards. Back to that penalty, I don't even know if the hit was that late, or if it was more just the way it happened, because the first tackler kind of spun McEwen out of bounds, and when he did, McEwen was facing the next guy, and he came in and kind of hit him right in the front, and it looked pretty vicious, and I think because they were already out of bounds at that point, that's what got the flag. But nonetheless, we'll see if the Highlanders can capitalize here. Second down and 8 now after the 2-yard gain by Dietrich. 8 minutes to go in a scoreless first quarter. Dietrich in motion again. This time McEwen keeps it. He's got a little bit of a hole. He's trying to get to the 5 and gets tackled near the sticks. He's going to be, I think, maybe about a yard short of getting a first down and goal. They're right at the 4-yard line, but once again, that hole on the left side really opened up.
Yeah, they're doing a great job. The men up front are doing an outstanding job for the quarterback, McEwen blocking, opening up the holes. Again, McGuffey's coming out. They're faking the read option. McEwen sees he has that peripheral vision. He's able to pick and choose which direction he can go. Now it brings up a short 3rd and 1 right at about the 5-yard line for the Highlanders.
All right, McEwen under center. 3rd down and 1. Up the middle to Donnelly. He's got the first down. He's still pushing, though, towards that goal line. And the pile goes into the end zone with Eric Donnelly. Touchdown, McGuffey. And they're on the board 6-0.
All I have to say is chugga, 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 choo-choo. Donnelly just powered his way. He had about 4 or 5 defenders on him, and he kept the legs and the knees going pumping high, and he was able to drag them all into the end zone for a McGuffey touchdown. They strike first. Here, 7:15 left to go in the opening quarter.
That'll bring Mr. Dietrich out to do the kicking here. McEwen's the holder. Kick is up, and kick is good with 7:15 remaining in the first quarter. McGuffey scores first. 7-0 over Linsly. We're right back here on the McGuffey Sports Network, powered by ARH Sports Shop, carried on the Triple Live High School Sports Network.
Highlanders Nation, looking for that perfect piece of clothing to showcase your McGuffey spirit? Look no further than Fanatic Impressions at 166 South Main Street in Washington. Fanatic Impressions offers a wide variety of sporting goods, athletic apparel, and school spirit gear. Have an event coming up? Fanatic Impressions offers custom bulk screen printing and promotional product printing to help make your team, event, wedding, or business all the more personal. Open Monday through Saturday. Fanatic Impressions at 166 South Main Street in Washington.
All right, welcome back here to West Family Stadium. McGuffey leads 7-0 over Linsly here to start things off. Dietrich will kick it off to the Cadets. Back deep for Linsly is number 3, Jaileek Johnson. And what's that number on the far? Is that 4 or 14?
That is number 4, it looks like.
I don't have a 4.
So it'd be number 14, Mateo Dimitrisky.
I think it's 4. We'll get you the official. He's got his back turned, so I can't get it. It's going to go to him right now, though. He's got it at the 14, over the 20. The 25, the 30 cuts outside. It'll be brought down out of bounds, and that was number 14, Mateo Dimitrisky. And he's going to get the ball all the way out to the 35. That'll be where the Cadets take over first down and 10, their first offensive possession. Once again, we don't know Linsly real well. We know him from last year, but that was, the first time we'd really gotten to see them play the Highlanders. So I do know they did this a lot. They're spreading things out, going 4 wide. We got 3 to the left, 1 to the right. We got pistol formation here. The quarterback's number 21, Luca DiLorenzo. He splits out now. It's going to be a snap back to, actually, the actual quarterback, number 8. Oh, wow, man, deep downfield, open. It's in, in and out of hands. Janovich played that beautifully. And ball hung up there, and he nearly intercepted it. Could not hold on to it, but it's going to be up second down and 10. That was the quarterback throwing that. Sorry, it was Colin Pauly. And, a little bit of a mix-up there with the direct snap they faked at the beginning. But Pauly is in the backfield, and he'll be the quarterback. There's a couple running backs back there with him now as they send in the signal from the near sideline from Linsly. Once again, they look like DiLorenzo ready to take the direct snap, and then behind him is actually number 21 to Aiden Sanders. This one goes to DiLorenzo. He keeps it. He's going to follow the fullback up the middle, and Johnson and Donnelly do a good job of corralling him after a gain of almost 4 out to near the 39-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd down and 6. So big 3rd down play here for the McGuffey defense coming early on. Lots of different movement and rotation here. Lots of different guys playing different positions here early on for Linsly. 3 wide on the right, 1 to the left. Pistol formation again for DiLorenzo. A little bit of a hard count there. Play clock down to 15, so plenty of time here for Linsly. DiLorenzo gets a snap, wants to run. He's got a little bit of a hole, and it gets around Dietrich. First down, 45, 50, and then gets brought down out of bounds eventually by Logan Smith. But Dietrich had a chance to get him and stop him short of the first down, and he made a move and got around him for the extra yardage, and that'll move the sticks for Linsly. They're into McGuffey territory at the 44-yard line. And timeout McGuffey. We'll take it with them with 6:17 to go in the first quarter. McGuffey leads Linsly 7-0. Right back here on the McGuffey Sports Network, powered by ARH Sports Shop, carried on the Triple Live High School Sports Network.
Accidents are unfortunate events and often cause stress and disruption in your daily life. Relax. Let Lombardi Auto Body help you get through this process of getting your vehicle back on the road safely and as quickly as possible. Open since 1984, Lombardi Auto Body is a family-run business that delivers the highest quality repairs with continued customer loyalty. Call Lombardi's first to schedule your free estimate. Lombardi Auto Body, 140 Highland Avenue in Washington, 724-222-3077.
All right, back here at West Liberty, and Jason just shared with us an interesting fact.
You saw that too,
yeah,
huh?
McGuffey assistant coach Nathan Perry played his college ball here for West Liberty, for the Hilltoppers, and now he's on the sideline for McGuffey, so he's familiar with this scenery very well. Yeah, that was a big play there. And DiLorenzo did a good job of making that move, but that's something that McGuffey's going to have to do. When you have a chance to make the tackle, you got to make it, and you want to get this Linsly offense off the field as quickly as possible.
But you also can't second guess whenever you're going to make your tackles, though, either, and that's what the Highlanders did, which allotted to the huge run for Linsly.
All right. DiLorenzo's in the pistol again, and that is behind him is number 22, Aiden Sanders. 4 wide again. There's a snap. Throw the wide receiver screen to the left side. It's incomplete. It sails over the head of Jyleek Johnson. That was a forward pass, but incomplete. Bring up 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, trying to throw the Highlanders off with a quick wide receiver screen. Obviously, a little bit too much mustard on that pass. And we're seeing Linsly quickly rotating guys in and out, trying to throw the Highlanders defense off and break their stride, but right now it's not seeming to happen. The Highlanders actually playing pretty disciplined here on this Linsly drive.
Colin Pauly back in the backfield again, too. So he threw the first pass of the game, and this time he's going to act as a fullback, and there it's going to go to Sanders, and he almost breaks the first tackle, but a little bit of help there from the rest of the McGuffey linebacking core to come in and clean things up after a gain of 4. It'll be 3rd down and 6, rather, from the 40.
We have an official timeout, it looks like, and it looks like Ethan Dietrich was one of the ones who was able to wrap him up there, make first contact to kind of break the ice and slow him down.
McGuffey's trainer, Alex, coming out. What's she looking at here? She's looking at Logan Smith. He's going to run over. He's going to run off with her. I'm not sure. He's kind of holding that right hand or arm up a little bit. So
Morgan Shriver checking in for Logan Smith, who he tore it up last week, if you remember, for the Highlanders defensively and on special teams. So we hope he's all right. He makes his appearance back soon.
All right, 3rd down and 6. DiLorenzo in the pistol again. 2 backs back there with him. Dolata and Taylor. There's a snap. McGuffey showing blitz. They throw down. It's in and out of the hands. Just dropped. That one was right in the hands of Nathan Coleman, and he was close to the sticks for the first down. So it's going to bring up 4th down and 6. Linsly will probably elect to go for it here. They're into McGuffey territory at the 40, so that is what they'll do. They'll stay with the 4 wide, 3 to the right, so a big defensive play here for McGuffey coming up. DiLorenzo in the pistol. Looks over to his coaching staff again. There's a hard count, and McGuffey jumped.
That's going to hurt.
They bit on it. That was number 62, Nick Sprouse, and that will now make it a 4th down and very manageable 4th and 1 as opposed to 4th and 6.
And still, we're seeing Linsly trading out guys left and right, like trading somebody for lunch, whatever they have good in their backpack there. And again, they're trying to put different personnel on to maybe throw off the Highlanders, as we said.
You just can't do that. You got them 4th and 6. You got them
have
in
to
a
be more
compromised position, and you know that they've already. It's not the first time they've tried this hard count even on this drive, but nonetheless, 4th and 1 coming up here. There's a snap. DiLorenzo's got it, and he's going to try to get around the corner, and he stiff arms one guy, spun around now. He's going to be caught in the backfield and drop for a loss. A big loss back near the 45-yard line. Great job by the right side of that McGuffey defense to corral DiLorenzo and force him back up the field and get the turnover on down.
If I'm not mistaken, it was Dietrich who kind of stood him up for a minute. He threw trying to use my words here, Rusty. Tried to throw a stiff arm, it didn't quite work, and then he got spun around, then he started going backwards, and then wrapping up and throwing him down to the ground like a rag doll was Jeremiah Johnson. So now the Highlanders definitely have the momentum as Linsly loses out on a huge 4th and 1.
Tristan McAdoo into the wide receiver slot. Logan Carlisle at quarterback right now, waits a snap. Johnson in motion. They're going to have a flag here. There was a lot of movement early on, and I don't know. This flag could have been on any number of people, but I think it's going to be a false start on McGuffey.
And it looked like the right side of that line for the Highlanders jumped, which there's no excuse for that. We ran into this issue last week, or McGuffey ran into this issue last week, if you do recall. A lot of offsides penalties kind of hindered the Highlanders in that victory over Frazier. And again, penalties coming back to hurt the Highlanders, hoping they can break the bad habit here on this drive.
All right, 1st and 15 now after the penalty. Ball sitting at the 40-yard line of McGuffey. Carlisle goes under center. Man in motion's Dietrich. Carlisle keeps it, falls a block, gets outside, 45. Tries to get to the 50, still on his feet, stumbles forward, and is going to get, where are they going to mark him down? 47-yard line of Linsly, that's a nice gain. That picks up about 12 or 13 yards.
So they go again with the read option draw. The quarterback, Carlisle, keeps it. Great job blocking by Ethan Dietrich, who opened up the hole there for the left side, so it brings up a short 3rd and 3 for McGuffey.
2nd down and 3. Carlisle under center. Man in motion's Johnson. This time, Carlisle keeps it, and he gets tackled right away. So that's going to bring up 3rd down and 3. He faked the handoff to Donley, and that's where the hole was this time because they read that pretty well coming off the right side.
And the linebacker, Kovaleski, wasn't fooled one bit by the fake handoff by Carlisle. And Linsly doing an outstanding job trying to pick up on that. The Highlanders really not missing a beat with that inside run game. Might see a little bit more success if they can try to bounce the ball outside a little bit.
All right. Yeah, both wide receivers in tight to the right side, and that's McAdoo that's in tight to the line. Dietrich in motion. This time he's going to follow the fullback. Carlisle's got the first down across the 40 and dives forward. He's going to be marked down around the 39-yard line, but a gain of about 8 and maybe even 9 on that one. And that will move the sticks again for the Highlanders.
Carlisle just finds an open slot in the B gap. He takes the inside run, scampers for a few, making the stop for Linsly. Kovaleski again, but fresh life for the Highlanders inside the 40-yard line. They have a decent drive established right now.
McAdoo to the right, Janovich to the left. And motions Johnson. Fake it to him, looking to pass is Carlisle. He's got a man across the middle. Tristan McAdoo, he was hit early, and there's the flag. Oh, it got tipped up into the air, into Janovich's hands, and he took it into the end zone. I do not see any of the officials watching that, though.
They blew the play dead.
They blew the play dead. The ball.
That should be a touchdown. I don't know what the officials saw, and I'm not taking away, but that needs to be a touchdown. Was it the incidental contact, maybe? I mean, obviously there was pass interference. Is the linebacker for Linsly coming up. Garrison stuck the receiver for McGuffey, but now they instantly blow the play dead as the ball was still live. This is going to be a wild one once they get it all figured out.
Yeah, I mean, there was nobody near him, and the ball just popped up in the air off of the pass interference. They've explained it to the McGuffey coaching staff. I don't know how they're going to sort this out. Obviously, you can mark off 15 yards with a penalty, but they have the ball sitting on the 10, which I guess is probably where Janovich was when they blew it dead, even though he's running free in the field. That would be my guess, but we'll have to. They'll have to sort this out. That's why you don't blow the whistle too early.
No, and I mean premature whistles sometimes can take away from big plays, and we're going to see what the officials have to say as they come set here.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. I mean, this officiating crew, man, I tell you, that's a blunder. I mean, there's bad call. That's a mistake that can't happen.
No, and you hear the boo birds out from the McGuffey sideline as the McGuffey faithful know what's happening.
Still a good situation for McGuffey. They had the ball 1st and goal at the 10, but that's just that is inexcusable. Wow. There's no reason to blow a whistle at that point.
No, the ball was clearly up in the air. It was a free ball, and the Highlanders were able to
there should also
secure it.
There should be another official back there, too. I think we're going to hear from the ref again.
So they do have the pass interference penalty, correct, but the second half of that call, as you said, inexcusable, rather questionable. And
the ball popped up in the air into Janovich's hand, and he ran.
But Highlanders inside the red zone, 1st and 10 at Linsly's 10.
All right, here we go. Another chance at this here. Johnson in motion. Carlisle keeps it, wants to pitch. He's going to get hit, and he's dropped. So you just hope that McGuffey can still push this in, because that's an enormous error by this officiating crew that as of right now has 6 points removed from the board simply because they weren't watching the play. And it's obvious they weren't. Like, I mean, people joke about that. What game are you watching? They were not watching it. The referee who threw the flag in the pass interference blew the whistle because he stopped the play
Well,
then.
he thought then that the ball was dead, but that's why you need to have eyes everywhere.
Yeah.
As McGuffey was standing right in the end zone
All
with
right.
the loose ball. But here we go, second and 10.
Goal from the 10. And in motions Johnson. Carlisle keeps it, tries the left side, wants to throw. He's got a man. It's caught. Touchdown, Ethan Dietrich. He's got it. They dropped the ball after he crossed the plane. That is a touchdown pass for 10 yards. And McGuffey makes it 13-0.
So take away the first touchdown that was unfortunately called off. Go take two. Carlisle rolls to his right. He thought about the run. Then he saw an open Ethan Janovich right in the end zone. Ethan Dietrich right in the end zone. So with that score, Highlanders now lead Linsly 13-0. And the special teams comes on for the point after attempt.
Dietrich will get a chance to add to this lead here. He puts it up and through with 2:37 remaining in the first quarter. McGuffey now leads Linsly 14-0. We'll be right back here on the McGuffey Sports Network, powered by AR8 Sports Shop, carried on the Triple Live High School Sports Network.
Looking for beautiful yet gently used items for your home, apartment, or office? Then visit The Back Lot, located at 840 Ray Street in Washington. The Back Lot, formerly known as Badillions, has proudly served the Washington County area for over 50 years. They offer a wide variety selection of furniture, appliances, home furnishings, college dorm supplies, antiques, and sporting goods. With their ever-changing selection of amazing finds and great savings, any item purchased can be brought home the same day, saving you more than you ever could imagine. Like them on Facebook or call them at 724-705-7662. The Back Lot. No thrills, just deals. Something for everyone.
All right, back here after McGuffey's second offensive possession and second touchdown. They had to do it twice, but they did it. And they lead 14-0. And they'll be kicking off here again to Linsly. Back deep once again. We've got Johnson and Dimitrowski. We got a score here from Jason. He sent it in. Chartiers Houston leading Charleroi 13-3 with about 40 seconds to go in the second quarter. So that's a conference game there. All right, Dietrich has it teed up once again. And referees were explaining things to the Linsly coaching staff there probably about what transpired, and now we are ready to kick off. Dietrich, end over end, heading towards Dimitrowski. Has it at the 14, up over the 20. Cuts back towards the center, 25, got a hole, 30, and is going to be brought down there. Nice open field tackle by Dietrich, and it's a good thing he got him because there was a lot of open space down that right sideline.
Yeah, plenty of real estate. He tried to cut back to the middle, saw the hole close. He saw it back open up to the right-hand side of the line. But then Dietrich standing right there meets him right at about the 36-yard line. So Linsly's going to waste no time. They come out and get their personnel set. 1st and 10.
And it's DiLorenzo in the pistol again. This time, 2 wide receivers to either side. It's a snap. Looks left. Throws over there. It's caught, or right rather. And it is going to be a gain of about 4. That is number 5, Malte File. He did the kicking for them on the opening kickoff. And he'll have a 4-yard gain, bring up 2nd down and 6.
He was tackled by a slew of Highlanders. He was able to keep it inbounds, a short pass. And again, Linsly going with the hurry up as they try to come set here on 2nd and 6 at their own 41-yard line.
Stay in the same formation. Behind DiLorenzo is number 27, Alex Taylor. Oh, McGuffey jumped again. I didn't even see the hard count there, but that big jump, and that's the same culprit. And Coach Dalton's going to bring him out. That was, once again, that was Nick Sprouse. Second time he's jumped offside.
And
that's going to bring up 2nd down and 1.
Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off there. But being a former defensive lineman, your goal is to watch the ball. You never listen to cadence. You watch that ball, and that ball is hiked, you go.
2nd and short now after the penalty, and in motion. That's Johnson. They're going to throw it to him on the wide receiver screen. He has it. We have a holdout here on Donnelly, but they don't call it, and Donnelly's going to finally catch up to him, push him out of bounds as he crosses midfield, gets all the way down near the McGuffey 45. That is a gain of about 9. That'll pick up the first down for Linsly.
Again, they try to re-answer to an old play from earlier in the first half, the wide receiver screen. Proving to be successful, they get a first down. They're in McGuffey territory at the Highlanders 45.
3 wideouts to the right. DiLorenzo looks that way. Going to throw. It is going to be caught by Johnson. He's at the 40 and goes down as he crosses the 40 there. Donnelly again on the stop. Gain of 6. That'll bring up second down. And actually, they're going to give him a gain of 7. So second down and 3 coming up.
You know, the Highlanders played that nice cover 4 last week. They're doing it again this week. Russian 5 on the front for the Highlanders, dropping everybody back in the coverage. But Linsly now beating the Highlanders with their short game, just these little 3- and 5-yard dump passes.
Looking left this time, DiLorenzo throws it. It's going to be caught, and that is a first down. Yes, he got across the 35, so first down for Linsly, and slowly getting up is Coleman. He was on the catch, and he's still down. So they're going to come out and look at him. We'll take a break with 1:04 remaining in the first quarter. McGuffey leads Linsly 14-0. Linsly is on the move. You're listening to McGuffey Sports Network, powered by ARH Sports Shop, carried on the Triple Live High School Sports Network.
Napa Auto Parts, conveniently located at 323 Main Street in Claysville, is your hometown auto parts store. Stocking auto parts, tools, equipment, and many other items for heavy-duty trucks, marine, and farming equipment. Napa continues to serve auto service professionals, do-it-yourselfers, and everyday drivers with quality parts and supplies to keep cars, trucks, and equipment performing safely and efficiently. With a reputation for quality parts, rapid availability, and knowledgeable people, you can rely on Napa for all your transportation needs. Napa Auto Parts in Claysville, open Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 5 p.m., and open Saturday, 6 to 3.
Since 1988, Tri-State Designs has provided customers with the highest quality awards for all occasions. Conveniently located on Main Street in Claysville, Tri-State Designs features a full showroom with many examples of the various awards they offer. Trophies, plaques, ribbons, engravings, or maybe you need a custom order. No problem. Stop in or give them a call at 724-663-5346. Tri-State Designs, a trusted award shop and proud supporter of McGuffey Athletics.
All right, back here and keeping it on the first play after the injury was DiLorenzo, the quarterback, and he is going to head over the left side.
Hold everything.
It's inside the 25 and is tackled there, but
late flag coming into play there from the back judge.
He's going to, looks like he's saying illegal block in the back. Looks to be the signal. It would have been a pickup of about 7 or 8, but get the call here. Linsly moving the ball on the ground a little bit better here on this drive. That is a block in the back. So they will mark it off from the spot of the foul. So it will make it, it'll put it back around the 34. So it's going to bring up first down and 12 now. So it's right around where the tackle was, is where the foul occurred. DiLorenzo again in the pistol. 3 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left. And they're going to reset the play clock here. I haven't even seen that thing moving on half the plays, to be honest. Now it's moving. All right, here we are. Another hard count. That time McGuffey did hold off. Showing blitz here. DiLorenzo rolls right. Throws with that left hand. It's up in the air. It's intercepted. And running down the sideline is Janovich to the 40, the 45. Gets out to the 50-yard line.
You know, when things start going your way, things start going your way. This McGuffey defense continuing to shine from last week. It was a fade route down to the right corner. And who'd we say stepped in front and intercepted?
I believe that was Ethan Janovich.
That's who it looked like, and he had plenty of room on that McGuffey sideline. We saw the front 6 this time. The Highlanders rushing 6. They brought up 2 rush ends, putting a lot of pressure on that Linsly quarterback. So the Highlanders in cadet territory at the 48-yard line after that INT.
First down and 10. McGuffey already in Linsly territory here. Johnson in motion. Pitch it to him. It's going to be a reverse. Dietrich up the middle. Got a little bit of space, but it closes quickly. He gets down close to the 45-yard line. The ball came out, but they ruled him down at the time. So that'll be a pickup of 3, bring up second down and 7. If that was Janovich, I'm almost positive it was. He started heading up the field so quickly and got lost in the players. I missed the number. But that's the second time that a ball has been deflected and landed up in his hands. And that happened on the touchdown play that that got called back because the referee blew the whistle dead. And then this time on that interception that he got a big return on.
That's the end of the quarter there, partner.
It is. So we will head to the second quarter with McGuffey leading Linsly 14-0. You're listening to the McGuffey Sports Network, powered by ARA Sports Shop, carried on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Jim Murray's Auto Service, located at 122 East Railroad Street in Washington, offers full auto repair, state inspection, emissions, brakes, alignment, tune-ups, oil changes, whatever ails your car or truck. Jim and his qualified team of mechanics can diagnose your vehicle issues and get you back on the road in no time. At Jim Murray's, you're not a service number. Jim takes the time to discuss your auto repair one-on-one before the work is started. Give Jim a call, 724-222-1350. Jim Murray's, professional service with personal small-town treatment.
Highlanders Nation lives here. You're listening to the McGuffey Sports Network, powered by ARH Sports Shop.
All right, cold weather wreaks havoc on your vehicles. Dead batteries, flat tires, or simply locked out. Call McAdoo's Towing and Crane Service. McAdoo's offers roadside services, including fuel delivery, lockout assistance, jump starts, and tire changes, including 24-hour towing, recovery, and hauling services for vehicles and loads of all sizes. Need crane service? No problem. McAdoo's is capable of 24-hour crane service and assistance with a fleet of 8 cranes. A family-owned and operated company since 1965. Why call just anyone when you can call a family you can trust? 724-484-7300. McAdoo's Towing and Crane Service. Their business is picking up. All right, after the quarter break there, it's 14-0 McGuffey. McGuffey is second down and 7 now near the 45-yard line of Linsly. McEwen back in at quarterback for this drive. Johnson goes in motion to the right. McEwen's going to try to keep it, and he gets hit hard as he gets to the 45 and dropped right there. Might get a yard on that as they're going to mark him just inside the 45. So it will bring up a 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, luck on the stop for Linsly. Unfortunately, the McGuffey run game gets nowhere after that last handoff. But still, 3rd and 6. You're at the Linsly 44. Still with plenty of real estate in front of the Highlanders to work with.
All right, McEwen goes under center. Goes back to pass. He's looking right. Now wants to keep it. He goes up the middle, gets tripped up, and then falls forward near the 41-yard line. So about 3 yards short of the 1st down. I would imagine if you're Coach Ed Dalton, you're going to keep the offense on the field here. McEwen heads over to the sideline.
Well, as we saw in games past, when McGuffey facing a familiar 4th down foe, we've either seen the quick rugby-style kick, or we've seen the rugby-style kick go to a fake, roll out, and then either a run or a pass on either sideline. So curious to see what Highlanders head coach Ed Dalton has up his sleeves on this 4th and 3 play.
This time they're going to have everybody in tight except for Wright, who is split wide to the left. White, Travis White. And in motion's Jeremiah Johnson. And keeping against McEwen up the middle. He's going to stretch forward, 1st down. Now he's got a hole. 30. He gets out to the 25 and down inside the 25-yard line where Dimitrowski brings him down. But he's going to get all the way down near the 23 and 1st down and 10 McGuffey.
And he might have had a little bit more if he didn't run into the defender and his own man who was being blocked 5 yards downfield. But still a risky call for this Highlanders squad as they come out. They go for it on a 4th and 3. We see the quarterback for McGuffey. McEwen, again, calling his own numbers, sees that slot open on the B gap. He doesn't think twice about it. He trusts his lineman. He scampers for everything and then some. So a huge 1st down for this McGuffey squad.
McEwen under center. Chip Letty in tight on the right side. Wide to the right is White. Johnson in motion again. Give it to him on the jet sweep, and he's going to cut up the field, still on his feet. Now he gets some help from his friends. And, he's free! 10-15, and he's got the 1st down inside the 15-yard line. He busted out of that pile, and it looked like he was going down, but we've seen Jeremiah Johnson stand his feet a few times this year already.
And that's why you keep the legs a-chirping and the knees a-high. Because honestly, anything can happen. You can try to break out. You can try to bust through anything. As long as you can get those legs, those big, thick legs churning, anything's possible. And with that, Johnson proves why he's such a dominating back for this Highlanders squad.
All right, they're down to the 12-yard line. 1st down and 10 to go. Knocking on the door once more. Chip Letty to the right side. Travis White split wide to the left. Johnson in motion. This time up the middle of Donley. He pushes forward and stretches near the 10. I don't think they're going to give him that. I think they're going to give him 1 yard to the 11. So that'll bring up 2nd down and about 9.
Yeah, you saw the front three for Linsly this time kind of pinch in towards the center, closing down the A and the B gap for the running back, Donley. He really wasn't able to get anywhere. That yard that he got was a very hard-fought 1 yard, but still that has McGuffey 1 yard closer to trying to find the back of the end zone.
All right, come out, same formation again. Phillip McEwen under center. This time is Dietrich in motion. They give it to Johnson, laid up the middle. He's all the way down the 5. He's on his feet. He's close to the goal line. He's got the first down, but he's going to be about a yard short of the goal line, and it'll be first down and goal Highlanders.
It looked like they tried that veer to the right side of the line. This time Johnson, going past the B gap, sees the C gap open up, and he tried to find the diagonal route into the back of the end zone. He gets tripped up, but it's going to be first and goal at the 2 for McGuffey. And why not try to compliment him again and try to give him the ball one more time and punch it into the end zone?
First down and goal at the Linsly 1. Oh, ball's on the ground. Ball is on the ground. The snap was bobbled. I do not know who has it. So far, it looks like referees may be saying second down. Is that correct?
That is correct.
All right. So, wow, McGuffey dodges a bullet there. It's going to be no gain, bring up second down and goal. But, yeah, you don't want to waste these opportunities. This is a very, very talented Linsly offense. And the fact that McGuffey has a chance to go up by 3 scores is enormous here in the first half. You do not want to waste that opportunity.
No, and I mean, whenever an opportunity's doing the old, you have to respond. Answer the door when opportunity's knocking.
All right, so it'll be second down and goal after the fumbled snap. This time, up the middle, Donley pushing forward. He's into the end zone for the touchdown. His second of the evening, this time from 1 yard out.
What better way than to compliment your 2 most dominating backs? Give them the ball right up the middle. And this time, Donley punches it in from 2 yards out. A simple fullback dive for Donley. And as we said, a very talented Linsly team now trailing McGuffey by 3 scores as the special teams unit comes on for the point after attempt.
That'll be Dietrich again. McEwen, of course, doing the holding. Snap is down. Kick is up. Kick is good with 7:23 remaining in the first half. McGuffey now leads Linsly 21-0. We'll be right back here on the McGuffey Sports Network, powered by Air Raid Sports Shop, carried on the Triple Live High School Sports Network.
Alexis Family Dentistry is a full-service general dental practice offering comprehensive dental health care service in a friendly, relaxed atmosphere. Dr. Alexis, a McGuffey graduate, is inspired to make patients her priority by working together for your healthier smile. Her goal is to help you relax and address all your questions and concerns. Your individual treatment plan is crafted to fulfill all your dental health needs and to reach your goals for a beautiful and healthy smile. Call Dr. Alexis today at 724-470-9750 to schedule your appointment. Dr. Alexis, a proud Highlander supporter.
All right, back here at West Family Stadium on the campus of West Liberty University. McGuffey leads Linsly 21-0, and 2 touchdowns by Eric Donley so far. The 1 reception for the touchdown by Ethan Dietrich, and that's the scoring. But McGuffey capitalizing on that interception by Ethan Janovich. Once again, second time that a batted ball up in the air has found number 10's hands. And last time he took it the first time he took it in the end zone, even though the whistle blew and called it dead. So he didn't get that one, but wow, what a big play as Linsly was driving, only trailing 14-0. They were driving down the field, had a nice pass to the wide receiver. He coughed it up into Ethan's hands, and he set up McGuffey with great field position after that pick. And now defense will have another chance again here against this Linsly offense as Dietrich has it teed up here, kicking from right to left. This is a low squib kick. It's going to be picked up by one of the up men around the 29. Big block there on McEwen. He got hit hard by number 6, Brody Selman. But the tackle is going to happen around the 35. That'll be where the Cadets take over first down and 10.
I believe that was Mikey Trelulos who came up with the squib kick for McGuffey. And if you've noticed, partner, Dietrich, whenever he's coming up and lining up his kicks, he's only taking about 2 or 3 steps back. He's not really getting a full-blown kick, and he's kicking it rather short for the Highlander squad.
3 wide here for the Cadets. DiLorenzo in the pistol. Man in motion's Johnson. They fake it to him. They go up the middle, and that is their fullback Sanders, and he got hit right away and is dropped for maybe a gain of 1. Jeremiah Johnson in there on that tackle.
Defense did their job. The linebackers read their key. They saw there was a lot of scatteredness going on in that backfield, but everyone read their keys. They stopped the run for no gain, and it's now 2nd and 10 for the Cadets.
DiLorenzo again in the pistol. Waits formation. McGuffey really needs to not jump off. They've given them a couple free 5-yard plays here on these offside hard counts, but now he has 2 running backs beside him, one either side. Johnson shows blitz. This time it's going to be the fullback again. There's a hole this time, and he's going to get out and get the first down all the way off that right side. And number 27, Alex Taylor, with a nice hole on the right side, is going to gain 12 and move the sticks for the Cadets.
Yeah, McGuffey trying to blitz 3 linebackers in the gaps, kind of removing them away from the situation. And it allows Linsly, it allots Linsly a huge gain as they get near the midfield stripe.
All right, it's time. McGuffey takes their second time out of the half. We'll take it with them. We'll be right back here on the McGuffey Sports Network, powered by Area Sports Shop, carried on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
I'm Bob Champ from Shear Heating and Air Conditioning. We're always looking for new ways to improve our service. Now you can visit our website at shearhvac.com and join the chat to ask any questions you have. You can also text us 24/7 for service and installation at 724-222-1830. We have 72 months financing. Shear Heating and Air Conditioning. Carrier, turn to the experts. shearhvac.com, PA 9737.
All right, back here at West Liberty University, and 6:25 remaining in the half. That was McGuffey's second timeout. And they lead 21-0 here. Linsly, though, on the move, getting close to midfield. They are at their own 47-yard line. DiLorenzo in the shotgun again, running backs to each side. We have 3 wide receivers. There's DiLorenzo handing it off again to Taylor, and he's going to go the right side again, get across the 50. Gain of about 5 yards near the McGuffey 48-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd down and 5.
Amir Hodzik was the pulling guard on that last play. He was trying to open up something there on the B gap for Linsly, but the Highlanders defense playing discipline. They don't allow anything to come through.
This time, going to give it to Taylor again. He's not going to get away from Tristan McAdoo, though, and he gets dragged down to the backfield all the way back across the 50-yard line near the Linsly 48, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, we're seeing the McGuffey front 3 really removing the offensive line for Linsly. It's allowing the linebackers to fill the hole a little bit quicker right now. This is keeping Linsly on their toes, but we're starting to see them move backwards as they're faced with a 3rd and 9.
DiLorenzo awaits the snap. He has it. He rolls right. He throws right. It's going to be caught. Wow, nice catch. It's going to be about a yard shy of the first down. That is number 10, Felix Reiter, and he dove and somehow scooped that up before it hit the turf, but it's going to be at 4th down and 1. Linsly will keep the offense on the field.
And they're going to go for it. They'll probably go for a hard count, trying to throw off the McGuffey D, because that's actually what's worked for this Linsly squad offensively.
Right. They've been stopped on a 4th and 1 already. We'll see if McGuffey can do it again. Play clock down around 8. Oh, and there Linsly jumps, and they only had about one. I don't think they were going to get that snap off anyways. They were trying the hard count. I don't think they had any idea how much time was on the play clock, but it doesn't matter because the right tackle jumped, and that is going to move it back 5.
Yeah, and I mean, Aiden Christ has to be kicking himself right now as Linsly going with the hard count. You saw McGuffey stay put. They did exactly what they were supposed to do. Chris gets a little bit happy, was anticipating that snap count. So now instead of a 4th and 1, 4th and 6 back at the McGuffey 49.
All right. A little bit longer here. They have 3rd down on that yardstick, but that is not correct.
Nope, they switched it.
And they're going to roll to the left here, and DiLorenzo gets away from Johnson, but now he's chased by McAdoo, and he gets him in the backfield. Tristan McAdoo, his 2nd tackle for a loss, and this one ends the drive.
You wanted to find fired up right now? Look at the McGuffey defense. Look at the outstanding show they've put on through one entire half of football. They've been reading their keys perfectly. Outstanding job by McAdoo, who led the charge. He was able to break free on that B gap, and he was able to cause the quarterback a little discomfort there as he rolls outside the pocket, and then he just kept 2-stepping backwards and going back a little bit further. So the Highlanders are going to have great field position here. 1st and 10. At the Cadets 38, and it looks like we're going to take a timeout.
Yeah, Linsly takes the timeout here, maybe to collect themselves. 4:27 remaining in the half. McGuffey leads Linsly 21-0. We'll be right back here on the McGuffey Sports Network, powered by AR8 Sports Shop, carried on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Biggie's Pizza, located at 210 Main Street in Claysville, is proud to announce they've added a second location, 167 16th Street in historic downtown Wheeling, serving your favorite pizza, wings, calzones, strombolis, salads, and don't forget to ask them about their brand new Mini Biggie, Mini Boli, and the all-new apple pie pizza dessert. Delivery and carry-out options are available. Every day, a one large, one-topping pizza, cheesy breadsticks, and a 2-liter of pop is only $22.99. Stop in and see them, 210 Main Street in downtown Claysville, or their second location, 167 16th Street in historic downtown Wheeling. Biggie's Pizza, a proud supporter of McGuffey Athletics.
All right, back here at West Liberty University, and McGuffey is going to be in great field position here to start this drive. Ball is sitting at the Linsly 38. They will come out here this time with Logan Carlisle. We've seen this the last several weeks. They've been rotating quarterbacks each series. This will be Carlisle's second drive. He has the one touchdown pass to Ethan Dietrich on his first series that he quarterbacked. And he will be here lined up on the right hash. We got Janovich split wide to the left. Tristan McAdoo, who just made the big sack to end that last drive, is in tight in the slot left. Carlisle gets set. And in motion's Dietrich. Carlisle gives it to his fullback. He's got some blockers around the side, and we got a flag coming in late behind, and that looks like that's about in the area where a holding would be.
Yeah, and it looks like it was going to be Dietrich who might be the guilty party charged with the hold, because there was a huge gap on that left side.
And it would have been a gain of a couple, but that will march the Highlanders back. A little bit of feedback there on the mic.
That's been happening all game, unfortunately.
Well, it's nice, though, being at a college stadium because we actually have the mics with the refs. We don't usually have that luxury.
No, and I mean we're trying to figure out what's getting called, who's saying what. Again, this is kind of a luxury being down here tonight at West Family Stadium. Mm-hmm. Something we're not used to. And 4:21 left to go. Keep it here on the McGuffey Sports Network. Coming your way, it's going to be the Week 5 edition of the halftime show with Don Rebel and Chris Harlan. And, you want to keep it right here for halftime. Don't miss that.
So they mark that off. It's a loss of about 7 on the penalty. It's from the spot of the foul. So ball back at the 46-yard line. So first down, and they say 19. I think it's closer to 17 or 18. But Carlisle's under center. Man of motion's Dietrich to the left. Keeping it is Carlisle, rolling right. Looking, throws down. He's got a man, but it's going to be incomplete. Good job just to kind of throw it out in front of the receiver where nobody could get to it and avoid the interception and avoid the sack. But nonetheless, it's going to bring up second down and still very long.
Yeah, Johnson running that 10 and out, but then if he would have looked a little bit further downfield, and it might have been a little bit out of his reach, but he had an open Ethan Janovich who was starting to run a corner route. And he was starting to cut it back into the McGuffey sideline, but I think he was about 10 or 15 yards out of his passing range.
This time McAdoo splits wide to the right side. To the left is Janovich. Carlisle under center. And in motion, Jeremiah Johnson back to pass. They give it to the Dietrich up the middle, and he's getting some help pushed forward and then falls forward near the 42-yard line. That will be a pickup of about 5. It's still going to bring up third and long. And I would imagine still, though, unless they don't, I would say if they get 5 or more yards on this, I'd say you still go for it. If not, Zach, I almost like punting the ball to try to pin them down with less than 4 minutes to go in this half. I don't like trying to go for it here to give Linsly the shorter field.
No.
So I don't know. It's going to be interesting decision time here, but let's see what they get here on this third down at about a long 13.
I mean, half a dozen, 3 times the other, and we'll talk about it after this play, what McGuffey might want to do after this.
Carlisle under center. Man in motion, Jeremiah Johnson. Keeping it's Carlisle. He's going to try the right side. Can he get the corner? 40, and gets hit and brought down after a gain of a couple. So that will bring up 4th down and 12. And like I said, I don't know. I think you punt this.
I would say punt it too, and given the ability of the McGuffey special teams unit right now, you can definitely pin Linsly back with a nice corner punt. You could put it inside the 20, maybe the 15-yard line. But you have to have the trust and faith in your punter right now.
They might let this clock wind all the way down. They've got about 17 seconds left on the play clock, and I think that's what Coach Ed Dalton is doing. Is they have no intention of breaking this huddle, so they're going to wait till they can take as much time off the clock as they can. I believe Linsly has 2 timeouts left.
McGuffey took their final, so yes.
And there we go. That's McGuffey's final right there. 2 minutes and 15 seconds to go in the half, and I'm guessing McGuffey will punt when we get back. Listen to McGuffey Sports Network, powered by ARH Sports Shop, carried on the Triple Live High School Sports Network.
Looking to earn fast cash for scrap metal and vehicles? Brookman Iron and Metals will pay you top dollar for unwanted scrap metal or junk cars. Since 1931, Brookman Iron and Metals has offered the highest market prices for scrap metal, from iron to brass to vehicles. Looking to recycle? Their local family-owned company will take any recyclable metal off your hands. In addition, you have easy access to their clean location to recycle without a hassle. Don't let recyclable metal materials take up your much-needed space. Use a roll-off container from Brookman Iron and Metals to provide you with a convenient solution for your recycling needs. Brookman Iron and Metals, located at 4 Race Street in Washington, 724-222-4260.
All right, back here at West Family Stadium. McGuffey does come out in punt formation. That'll be Jeremiah Johnson doing the punting. The 1 week he missed a couple weeks ago, I think it was Connor Crow that did the punting, but Johnson back in there. DiLorenzo is back deep, standing at around his own 10-yard line. So we'll see what Jeremiah can do with this punt to try to pin the Cadets deep, and they have some confusion on their side. There's the high snap. Oh, we're going to fake it. Janovich has it. He's going to try the right side. He's not going to get it. So Ethan Janovich on the shovel pass from Jeremiah Johnson gets no gain, and that will give Linsly a very short field. They're at the 40-yard line.
2 minutes, about under 2 minutes left to go in the half. You have to get a little bit fancy, try to keep Linsly on their feet there. Highlanders head coach Ed Dalton trying to go with the quick shuffle pass. Janovich on the inside, unfortunately didn't work, but it really wasn't much of a loss, nor was it a gain. Almost as if it was a good punt return for
could be a huge
Linsly.
gain for Linsly. We'll see if this comes back to bite McGuffey. There's a wide receiver screen. It's low and I think incomplete. So it'll be on the ground. Barely any time runs off the clock. 2 minutes, 5 seconds. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Yeah, I don't know. That's tough because you either run a play and try to get something to get the first down, or you punt it and you try to pin them back. You just gave them nearly 40 yards of field position. Shotgun here for DiLorenzo. 2nd down and 10. Throw it out, wide receiver screen again, and it's going to be Johnson. Makes one man miss down to the sidelines, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds, which will stop the clock, and he's near a 1st down. Missed tackle is going to give Linsly across the they're going to get across the 50-yard line with just under 2 minutes to go and a 1st down and 10.
Yeah, huge missed opportunity for Johnson. If he would have had him, it would have been a loss of 5 on top of that. But instead, Linsly gets across the 50 down to the McGuffey 48. They're trying to put a drive together here with 1:57 left to go in the half.
This time Johnson's lined up in the slot left. We'll see if they try that wide receiver screen again. And they're going to, up the middle. Running back there has it. Pushing forward is number 22, Sanders. He gets a gain of 5, maybe even 6, all the way down near the McGuffey 42-yard line. Clock is rolling down to 1:45.
No fancy stunts by the McGuffey front four this time. The linebackers stay home. They read their keys. But still, positive gain for Linsly. 2nd and 4 after that gain of 6.
Linsly still has 2 timeouts remaining. They get it. Oh, they fake wide receiver screen again this time. It's going to be Johnson. He's going to be dragged down, but not until he gets another 1st down inside the 40-yard line down near the 36. So Linsly on the move. They were given the short field. They are taking advantage of it.
Oh, they are, and they're trying to keep McGuffey on their toes and trying to bust them out of their comfort zone a little bit. They're not really able to keep up with the quick-witted offense of Linsly as they're driving.
They still have 2 timeouts remaining. Rolling right is DiLorenzo. Looking back towards the middle, he's going to reverse field. He's got a ton of room. 30, 25, 20, makes a man miss and gets tackled inside the 20-yard line. Linsly into the red zone for the first time tonight, and still a minute on the clock. Time not even a factor here for Linsly. They have 2 timeouts and only 18 yards between them and the end zone.
No, and they control their own destiny right now inside a minute to go.
They might catch McGuffey with too many men. Eventually they get off the field. And there's up the middle, big hole. It's Taylor, 10, 5, first down and goal. Linsly down to the 5-yard line of McGuffey. Linsly moving the ball at will, it seems, here on this possession.
They definitely have the momentum in their back pocket. First and goal. They can easily make this an interesting game going into the half.
And there's DiLorenzo, tries to follow a blocker up the middle. He's going to be tackled as he crosses the line of scrimmage, gets down near the 2-yard line. And they finally use one of their timeouts with 29 seconds to go, but they still have one more to go. So they can run, pass, whatever they want to do.
I mean, if you're McGuffey right now, I mean, as you said, you just gave up 40 yards instead of trying to pin them back. Whenever they went with the fake punt and that shuffle pass on the inside. So Linsly's essentially driving right now 60 yards, if you will. And they've definitely caught the McGuffey Highlanders. They've caught them. McGuffey hasn't been really able to respond to the run and the wide receiver screen, which they have dominated covering in the first half. They've kind of been a little bit lackadaisical, if you will, partner. I mean, if you're Highlanders head coach Ed Dalton, you have a second and goal. How do you try to prepare them to stop them with 29 seconds left to go in the half?
We have a few halftime scores here. Canon-Mac leads Hempfield 28-7. Aliquippa up big 28-0 over Beaver. Upper St. Clair up 17-3 over Peters Township. Peters Township, I don't think, has lost this year yet. Mount Lebanon is up 21-7 on North Allegheny. So here is the second down and goal to go. Ball on the 3-yard line. Linsly still has the one timeout. 29 seconds to go. McGuffey defense needing a stop here to try to take this shutout into halftime. DiLorenzo in the shotgun. Man in motion to the left. They're going to keep it up the middle. It's going to be Taylor dropped in the backfield for a loss. A beautiful blitz there by Ethan Dietrich right up the middle. And he's going to force, well, no, they're not going to call their last time out. Linsly with 15 seconds to go, going to hurry up. Third and goal. They try to give it to him again. This time he's tackled, and he is down. They're going to have to hustle. No, they have the timeout. So they will have the timeout. They will have one play to go here. It should be fourth down and goal from about the 1-yard line. So will they, I don't know. Did they take the points? They have a good kicker. We saw him do the kickoff. He nearly had a touchback. That was Malte File. He is out there as part of the discussion right now. I don't know.
Half a dozen, 3 times another, you flip a coin. At this point, your run game's strong. I wouldn't be surprised if they try to go with a quick hitter up the center and punch it in. That way they have the momentum going with them into the half, because if you remember, Rusty, Linsly deferred in the opening kickoff to McGuffey. So Linsly's going to get if they punch it in here, they have another opportunity to come back in the second half on their opening drive and make some magic happen. Then you're talking a completely different ball game, and you're eliminating that 3-score deficit potentially here with 8 seconds left to go in the half.
All right, so I'm going to look for File to see if he made it out there. It looks like this is it's hard to say right now because they're still bunched up. I believe File, the kicker, is out there. No, he's not. Okay. So it looks like the offense is here. They're in tight. They got the goal line formation here. Wishbone is behind DiLorenzo. He's going to get it. They go up the middle, and there's a pile that went into the end zone for the touchdown. Linsly scores with 4 seconds remaining on the clock, and they capitalize after being given the short field, and that makes it 21-6 with the extra point pending.
And you said that was going to come back to bite them in the rear, and unfortunately it bites McGuffey in the rear hard. They might have been better off with the punt, but Linsly goes 60 yards and finally eliminates that goose egg off the board.
I didn't see that. Running back was the fullback. I think that was number 44.
Adam Delata.
And here is the kick. It's up, and there's a flag on the play. The kick was good, but there's a flag, so we'll see what the flag is about. They're talking to the Linsly coaches, so it must be on McGuffey. Chartiers Houston leads Charleroi 20-3 in the third quarter. All right, so it's personal foul on McGuffey. That'll be assessed on the kickoff, but there's only 4 seconds left here, so we'll see. Can't imagine Linsly's going to do anything other than just kick it deep. Man, you'd hate to second guess coaches, but I don't. I said before they did it, I would punt. I mean, I don't understand why you would give Linsly the short field when you know what kind of offense they have. They had 2 timeouts. You basically gave them at least even if you kick a touchback, even if the punt goes into the end zone, they get the ball at the 20 as opposed to the 40.
It would make more sense to go with the touchback because then instead of going 60 yards, now you're talking going 80 yards, and McGuffey still might be sitting trying to hold Linsly. Instead of at the 1, they might be at the 11. So, as you said, some questionable coaching. I think Highlanders head coach Ed Dalton not happy with himself.
Not coaching, just one call.
Well, just the call, but I'm just saying I wouldn't have elected to go with the shuffle pass on the inside. And I think that's where he might have, maybe regretted it. But in this game, you have to have no regrets.
And, File's going to have this teed up all the way on the McGuffey 45, so we'll see what they try. There's only 4 seconds. If they had more time, I could see them trying maybe an onside kick, but this is going to be probably the last play of the half. Squib kick taken by McGuffey, running with it at the middle and getting out to about the 30-yard line. Is one of the up men there. Not sure which one got that ball, but who was that? That was Ethan Dietrich. All right, so that'll be the end of the first half. McGuffey leads Linsly 21-7. We'll be right back here for halftime at West Family Stadium. You're listening to McGuffey Sports Network, powered by ARH Sports Shop, carried on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Hi, everyone. Zach Waters from the McGuffey Sports Network. Whenever your home or business decides to give you a headache, turn to the experts you can trust at McKean Plumbing and Heating, located at 468 West Chestnut Street in Washington, and is your source for plumbing, heating, electrical, and air conditioning. Whether it's a job for the do-it-yourselfer, a routine service call, or an installation, let the experienced staff assist with your needs. Call them at 724-225-6260 or stop in and visit them Monday through Fridays 8 to 6 and Saturdays 8 to 4. Plumbing, heating, electrical, or air conditioning, answer McKean. PA 9085.
Hunters, it's almost that time of year again. And when gearing up for your next hunt, visit ARH Sports Shop. ARH Sports Shop has proudly served the tri-state area as your local sportsman store for over 25 years. Locally owned and operated, they specialize in new and gently used shotguns, handguns, and rifles. Instead of waiting in long lines at major big box stores, purchase your hunting license from ARH with fast, friendly service. For more information, visit their website at arhsportshop.com or visit them at 4174 Route 40 in Claysville across from Sunset Beach. Open Monday through Friday 10 to 5 and Saturdays noon to 4. ARH Sports Shop, a proud supporter of McGuffey Athletics.
All right, back here at West Family Stadium, halftime. McGuffey leads Linsly 21-7. Here's how we got there. 7:15 to go in the first. McGuffey's opening drive of the game. They capped it off with a 4-yard run by Eric Donley. Extra point made it 7-0. They would stop Linsly and get the ball back on downs and then take it down the field and then end it with a 10-yard pass from Logan Carlisle. They ended up in the hands of Ethan Dietrich. The extra point made that 14-0. Into the second quarter, they would get an interception from Ethan Janovich. He would run it back near midfield. They would take it down and score once again. Eric Donley's second touchdown of the evening, this one coming from 1 yard out. Made it 21-0, but Linsly would take it down. They were given a short field after McGuffey tried a fake punt. They took it the length of the field and capped it off with 4 seconds to go in the half. A 1-yard run by DeLauda, and the extra point made it 21-7, and that's where we're at here at halftime. And we come back. We're going to send this over right now to Mr. Don Rebel with Trib Live High School Sports Network, and is it week number 5 or 4?
Welcome to week 5, partner.
Okay, it is with week 0, it always throws me off. So I know, this is our 6th game, but it's week number 5. The week number 5 halftime show with Mr. Don Rebel. He's going to have it, and then we'll be back here to get you ready for the second half.
Week 5 edition of the halftime show on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Don Rebel with you. Our little halftime gig sponsored by SC Tire and Export Tire, your local tire experts. They work hard to earn your business. They have your size tire in stock installed today. All the best brands at the best tire prices. SC Tire, Route 51, Bell Vernon. Export Tire, Old William Penn Highway and Export. Shop for their tires online. Check out their Google reviews. It may say Chris Harlan as my guest, but we all know it's time for the midterm reports, and that means it's Dr. Harlan. So we ask that all of our students please show respect and refer to him as Dr. Harlan. Dr. Harlan, welcome.
It's good. Back in remote learning here again. Just, I think the kids kind of know what this is like. It's good to see them back in class, but they've gotten used to this whole online thing.
Yeah, that's right. No more banging the erasers, right? When you're doing it remotely. That was always my way to get out of the class. I'll bang the erasers out in the parking lot for an hour and a half. Anyway, we're at the midway point of the regular season, week 5. So let's get to what you have determined, Dr. Harlan, as some of our midterm grades.
Yeah, let's jump right into the grades here. I'm going to give an A in history to Kiski, Laurel, and Laurel Highlands. I mean, these are 3 programs. They're making history this year. All 3 of them are off to 5-0 starts, and it's been a long time since these teams have been 5-0. Kiski, you have to go back to 1986. Laurel hadn't been 5-0 since 1977. And then you take Laurel Highlands, they've never been 5-0. The Mustangs and star Rodney Gallagher, they're on a historic run here. They got a big one tonight against Bell Vernon if they want to keep that historic run going. But 3 teams are off to historic 5-0 starts, an A for them. A in geology to Mount Lebanon. I'm going to give it to them because geology to me is rocks, it's minerals. And when you talk about the Blue Devils, there's only one thing they're looking for. They're looking for gold this year. It's been a long time since Mount Lebanon has had some WPL gold. 2000 exactly. 21 years. They haven't even been in the championship game since then. But good news for the Blue Devils. They have a coach who's very good at finding gold. And Bob Palco, 8 times when he was at West Allegheny, his players ended up with gold at the end of the WPL playoffs. So they've got somebody there who's good at digging it up. Let's see if they can strike gold here later this year.
He's got one of those pans and sifters on the side of his belt. He's always prepared.
He is. I have an A in astronomy to Central Valley. Because for me, astronomy, you're always looking up. And in terms of WPL teams, nobody this year has higher aspirations than what Central Valley has. 2-time defending WPL champion, the reigning state champion. Right now, they've got the top rusher in the WPIL and Landon Alexander. Everything's looking up right now for this Central Valley team. So an A in astronomy for Mark Lyons Warriors. I'm going to give here, not everybody gets A's. I mean, some people, you've got to get your grades up. We're going to give a C in chemistry to Gateway because, the Gators coming into the year, when we saw what they had, we thought that offense was going to be explosive. We did. We thought it was going to be the combination. You start mixing in a new quarterback and a Cincinnati-bound wide receiver and the other parts they've got. Unfortunately, in a couple of big games this year, that offense has fizzled a little bit. It just hasn't happened. Their quarterback, Brett Birch, is still talented. He's still among the WPL passing leaders this year. But they've got some stuff to fix if they want to be a contender. But good news for them, it's still just the midterm. They've got time. They can get that C back up to an A if they
haven't broken any beakers, so that's a credit to them.
and one more here. Another one that didn't get an A. We're going to give a B in biology to Pine Richland because the Rams started the year 0-3 and they lost 3 games. And I think some people wrote their season off as dead. They said, hey, they're 0-3, the new coaching staff, everything that happened in the summer, there's no way they're going to come back from this. And then you look at the last 2 weeks. They beat Upper St. Clair, and then they beat Gateway. And I think that, when we use our biology skills and start looking into this and start dissecting this program, I think we're finding some signs of life here under new coach Steve Campos. And I think, this Gateway, after last week's win over Gateway, we might see Pine Richland maybe back into that contender status.
That was well crafted. Didn't know where you were going with that whole biology thing. That's why you are the doctor. We will take a break. When we return, more grades. The midterm report continues here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Need new tires in a hurry? SC Tire has your size tire in stock. Install today. Before you hit the open road, see the tire experts at SC Tire. We do tires and we do them right. Before you hit the open road, see the tire experts at Export Tire. We do tires and we do them right. If it has wheels, we have the tires. Export Tire, your commercial tire headquarters.
Hanging out with Dr. Harlan. He's handing out midterm reports here as we continue with the halftime show, week 5 edition on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. More grades, Doctor.
Yeah, here's some schools. Again, we're at the top of the class. We're going to give an A in geography to Moon, but really it's going to go to all of those top teams in that Allegheny 6 conference, that South Hills, that geographic region there. I think we thought was going to be a little down this year. The graduation took a lot off some of those rosters down there, and yet here we are coming into this week. In our rankings, the Trib HSSN rankings, the top 3 teams in 5A were Moon, Peters Township, South Fayette. And I think that might surprise some people, but it probably shouldn't. And what it really does, I think that should, give some credit to those 3 coaches running those programs, Ryan Lynn, TJ Black, Joe Rossi, and what they've got there in terms of the stability in those programs. Kudos to that South Hills Conference. I think people were looking east and north, and the South kind of said, hey, South Hills, don't write us off yet. We're still
South Fayette Moon as we speak, one of the bigger matchups here in week 5.
I'm going to give an A in calculus to Sarah Catholic because, look at this team. They've played 5 weeks and they've got 6 wins. That's some fancy math in my book. Of course, they had the advantage of getting a win and a forfeit win last week, something the WPL teams said teams can do this year, that if your team forfeits on you, you can pick up another game. But still, when you add it all up, this Sarah Catholic team looks like a contender with quarterback Max Rocco. The Eagles are off to a good start, and I think they're going to make some noise here in 2A this season. How about an A in geometry to Central Catholic? Geometry is all about shapes and angles. And when you look at Central Catholic...
Confusion. Geometry is confusion for me, but go ahead.
When you look at Central Catholic this year, their offense has a whole new shape to it. It's an all new formation, new angles, new everything they're doing here. And give credit to their coaches, especially head coach Terry Totten, offensive coordinator Steve Mazzilla. They did what they did for so many years, and they've kind of adapted. Now you've seen a more a spread offense, kind of changing things up. But one thing, though, about Central Catholic, I saw them here recently. They haven't gotten away from what made them two-time WPL champions, reigning WPL champions. They still run the ball, and they still play good defense. So to me, Central Catholic, give them an A in geometry. It looks a little different, but the results are still the same for the Vikings. And one more here. I'm going to give an A in art to Bell Vernon. Leopards quarterback Devin Whitlock, to me, he's kind of been painting a picture for the last couple of years. Instead of happy little clouds, he's painting unhappy little defenders in this painting. And sometimes it takes time for the paint to dry. It wasn't quite ready last year. He's been working on it. And here you are this year. This painting is finally dry. And I think Bell Vernon's ready to hang it up and say, hey, look what we got here. It's a work of art. And I think some of those runs you've seen from Devin Whitlock, some of those touchdown runs are works of art on their own. But to me, let's give an A to Bell Vernon for the artistic ability they've put into this season.
40, 50 years from now, that could end up on the Antiques Roadshow. Who knows? All right. That'll do. I'm trying to get my it's not going to work. All right. Forget it. I was trying to do something, and it just didn't work. But excellent job as always, Doctor. We'll give you a few weeks off. You'll return final grades come week 10.
Sounds good. I'll keep marking down grades between now and then.
Excellent. For the Doctor, I'm Don Rebel. We thank you for tuning into the halftime show. It's sponsored by SE Tire, Route 51 Bell Vernon, Export Tire, Old William Penn Highway and Expert, all the best brands and the best tire prices. Enjoy the second half of the game you're checking out on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
You are listening to the McGuffey Sports Network, the voice of the Highlanders.
Hi, everyone. Zach Waters from the McGuffey Sports Network. Whenever your home or business decides to give you a headache, turn to the experts you can trust at McKean Plumbing and Heating, located at 468 West Chestnut Street in Washington, and is your source for plumbing, heating, electrical, and air conditioning. Whether it's a job for the do-it-yourselfer, a routine service call, or an installation, let the experienced staff assist with your needs. Call them at 724-225-6260 or stop in and visit them Monday through Fridays 8 to 6 and Saturdays 8 to 4. Plumbing, heating, electrical, or air conditioning, answer McKean. PA 9085.
Welcome back to the McGuffey Sports Network, powered by ARH Sports Shop, carried on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Halftime here at West Family Stadium. Zach Waters sitting alongside Rusty Pettit. Your McGuffey Highlanders leading the Linsly Cadets 21-7. We have some stats here available through the first half of this contest, and a little bit lopsided on some things. But for McGuffey, the run game is definitely alive and well. 25 rushes for 132 yards on the ground for the Highlanders. They're averaging a little over 5.3 yards per carry. I wouldn't be surprised if we see the McGuffey run game strongly increase in the second half of this game. From a passing standpoint, 11 passing attempts. There are 11 passing yards, and they're getting 3.7 yards on average for pass. Total for the Highlanders, 28 total offensive plays, 143 yards on the ground. On the flip side of the score sheet, Linsly 16 rushes for 55 yards, a little bit over 3.4 yards per carry. They tried to come alive there a little bit with the passing game. 51 yards total through the air, a little over 4 yards per pass, a grand total of 29 offensive plays for the Cadets, 106 total yards for their offense. McGuffey 3 of 6 on the third down conversion. Linsly 1 of 4. McGuffey 1 for 2. Linsly 3 of 5 on fourth down, which is definitely standing out. They've gotten lucky a couple times in the first half of this game. Going over some individual stats for the McGuffey Highlanders. Logan Carlisle 1 of 2 for 11 yards. Ethan Dietrich 1 catch for 11 yards. Rushing, here's where some numbers definitely stand out. Philip McEwen 8 rushes, 75 yards. Jeremiah Johnson 3 rushes, 23 yards. Logan Carlisle 5 for 21. Dietrich 4 of 12. And Donley 5 for 1, but he was able to punch it in and get the Highlanders on the board. As on the flip side for Linsly, passing-wise, their go-man, number 21, Luca DiLorenzo, 7 for 11 for 51 yards. Their rushing game also alive and well. DiLorenzo, 5 rushes for 39 yards, as well as Alex Taylor. They have him 6 rushes for 28 yards. Again, McGuffey leads Linsly 21-7. Still some time left here in the half. We'll be back with second half action here in just a little bit. You're listening to the McGuffey Sports Network, powered by ARH Sports Shop and also carried on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Highlanders Nation, looking for that perfect piece of clothing to showcase your McGuffey spirit? Look no further than Fanatic Impressions at 166 South Main Street in Washington. Fanatic Impressions offers a wide variety of sporting goods, athletic apparel, and school spirit gear. Have an event coming up? Fanatic Impressions offers custom bulk screen printing and promotional product printing to help make your team, event, wedding, or business all the more personal. Open Monday through Saturday. Fanatic Impressions at 166 South Main Street in Washington.
Hunters, it's almost that time of year again. And when gearing up for your next hunt, visit ARH Sports Shop. ARH Sports Shop has proudly served the tri-state area as your local sportsman store for over 25 years. Locally owned and operated, they specialize in new and gently used shotguns, handguns, and rifles. Instead of waiting in long lines at major big box stores, purchase your hunting license from ARH with fast, friendly service. For more information, visit their website at arhsportshop.com or visit them at 4174 Route 40 in Claysville across from Sunset Beach. Open Monday through Friday 10 to 5 and Saturdays noon to 4. ARH Sports Shop, a proud supporter of McGuffey Athletics.
Accidents are unfortunate events and often cause stress and disruption in your daily life. Relax. Let Lombardi Auto Body help you get through this process of getting your vehicle back on the road safely and as quickly as possible. Open since 1984, Lombardi Auto Body is a family-run business that delivers the highest quality repairs with continued customer loyalty. Call Lombardi's first to schedule your free estimate. Lombardi Auto Body, 140 Highland Avenue in Washington, 724-222-3077.
Looking for beautiful yet gently used items for your home, apartment, or office? Then visit The Back Lot, located at 840 Race Street in Washington. The Back Lot, formerly known as Badillions, has proudly served the Washington County area for over 50 years. They offer a wide variety selection of furniture, appliances, home furnishings, college dorm supplies, antiques, and sporting goods. With their ever-changing selection of amazing finds and great savings, any item purchased can be brought home the same day, saving you more than you ever could imagine. Like them on Facebook or call them at 724-705-7662. The Back Lot. No thrills, just deals. Something for everyone.
Highlander fans, let's face it, nobody enjoys when their vehicle needs service work. So let the trusted professionals at Route 40 Auto ease your worries. It's quality service and diagnostics with a hometown feel, offering brakes, exhaust, tune-ups, engine repair, transmission repair, suspension repair, and regular maintenance for your vehicle. Maybe it's as simple as an oil change or as pesky as a state and emission test. Call Route 40 Auto at 724-484-7963 or stop in at 150 Route 40 West in West Alexander. Napa Auto Parts, conveniently located at 323 Main Street in Claysville, is your hometown auto parts store. Stocking auto parts, tools, equipment, and many other items for heavy-duty trucks, marine, and farming equipment. Napa continues to serve auto service professionals, do-it-yourselfers, and everyday drivers with quality parts and supplies to keep cars, trucks, and equipment performing safely and efficiently. With a reputation for quality parts, rapid availability, and knowledgeable people, you can rely on Napa for all your transportation needs. Napa Auto Parts in Claysville, open Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 5 p.m., and open Saturday, 6 to 3.
All right, welcome back here to West Family Stadium. Rusty Pettit alongside Zach Waters getting ready for the second half, and 21-7 our score. McGuffey leads Linsly, and non-conference matchup tonight, of course, which it was a good one last year. This year, McGuffey got out to a huge 21-0 lead, but Linsly getting that big touchdown at the end is important because they do get the kickoff to open up the second half, and if they're able to be successful on that drive, then things could look a lot different. When it looked like McGuffey actually had an opportunity to possibly go up 28-0, they had gotten the big turnover on downs, had the ball inside the Linsly 40 to start that drive with just about 4 minutes to go in the half, but they stopped the Highlanders on offense, and then McGuffey decided to go with a fake punt, ended up giving the ball to Linsly at the 40-yard line of the Linsly 40, and they took advantage and took it right down the field and capped it off with 4 seconds remaining on a 4th down and goal play from the 1-yard line, and that's where we're at. So McGuffey will kick things off, and they need that defense to get back to what it had done for 3/4 of the first half, basically, which was bend but don't break, and then they took advantage of some opportunities. They had the big turnover, of course, Janovich. We've seen the ball pop out of Linsly receivers' hands on a few occasions. That one time Janovich able to get the pick, but there was another one. There was a couple early on, too, a couple drops, one on a wide receiver screen, one wide receiver on a slant that would have been a first down that he dropped. So it's something to keep an eye on here. The McGuffey defense has had some good success getting into the backfield. Where Linsly has been able to move the ball is whenever they've been able to make the first guy miss for McGuffey.
And as you said, with that wide receiver screen, I mean, McGuffey has definitely done an outstanding job trying to hone, and they've broken up that wide receiver screen against this pretty dominant Linsly team. But as we said, Linsly's definitely going to have the upper hand here to start the second half, scoring to end the first as they deferred, as we saw at the opening coin toss. And if you're Highlanders head coach Ed Dalton, how do you try to calm your squad down after letting a Linsly team drive 60 yards and score, now to come back a second time here to start the second half of this game and potentially maybe do the same thing all over again?
Well, one of the things that you can talk about, obviously, they did a lot of things really well in that first half on both sides of the ball, but particularly on offense, they ran their game plan really, really well on the 3 scoring drives. Not only did they cap them off with touchdowns, but they were able to take a lot of time off the clock, and I think that's a key when you're playing a team like the Cadets. You want to limit the amount of opportunities they have on offense, and you do that by doing big drives with 10, 12, 15 plays to march it down the field, take as much time off that clock as you can, and then punch, and then of course cap it off with a touchdown. But Linsly looks like they are heading out to receive the kick here. McGuffey has their kickoff team huddled on the sideline. They'll be heading out. Actually, the captain's going to run right out here to just go over everything again. Might as well step away real quick and give one of our sponsors a chance. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do this one.
Because you know what? It is getting a little bit chilly out there, Rusty, you know?
It is. And when that happens, cold weather wreaks havoc on your vehicles. And dead batteries, flat tires, or simply locked out, McAdoo's Towing and Crane Service. McAdoo's offers roadside services, including fuel delivery, lockout assistance, jump starts, and tire changes, including 24-hour towing, recovery, and hauling services for vehicles of loads of all sizes. Need crane service? No problem. McAdoo's is capable of 24-hour crane service and assistance with a fleet of 8 cranes, a family-owned and operated company since 1965. Why call just anyone when you can call the family you can trust? 484-7300. McAdoo's Towing and Crane Service, their business is picking up. And
just got a score update here. Chartiers Houston leads Charleroi 27-10 with 6 minutes left to go in the game.
All right.
Now, granted, we're typically used to going on at 7 o'clock. Again, we had a 7:30 start time tonight. So a lot of the other schools that are playing right now are pretty close to finishing up. So we're the late night
games,
yeah, we're the late night game tonight, but that's okay.
What do we got? So Linsly is going to be receiving and heading from left to right here. They got Dimitrowski and Johnson back deep. They're standing around their 10-yard line. It'll be Ethan Dietrich teeing it up on the right side of the 40. He'll be kicking from right to left. They have the 12 minutes on the clock. We are ready to go here in the third quarter. Chilly evening tonight. I didn't see. What are we at now? I got.
Survey says.
What do we got? I got 63. I don't know if that's accurate. It feels colder than that.
I got 54.
I'd say that's more accurate.
If that works for you,
yeah,
works for me.
That sounds more close to what it is. Dietrich, end over end, heading towards Johnson. He gets it at the 12, over the 15 to the 20. Cuts back in the middle, big hole at the 30. 35. Going to get hit as he crosses the 40 and dropped there around the 42-yard line. Really nice return by number 3, Jyleek Johnson, and that'll be where Linsly takes over 1st and 10 at their own 42.
I believe that was Jacob Durbin making the stop for the Highlanders. But still, good field position. It's almost as if it's deja vu for Linsly right now. They'll start over this drive 1st and 10 at their own 42.
3 wide to the left. Everybody else is in tight. Pistol formation. DiLorenzo waits a snap. He gets it. Looks to throw. He's pressured. Throws it. Johnson has it. 45. Tries to make a move around Janovich, and he does at the 50, and then Janovich eventually corrals him, but not until he gets the first down near the McGuffey 45-yard line.
And McGuffey throwing that blitz off there on the left side of the line, eliminated one extra man in coverage, which allotted for the huge first down. Linsly's now McGuffey territory at the Highlanders' own, or at the Highlanders' 45-yard line.
Pickup of 13 on the first down play. And Linsly will get the call. They get the calls from their sideline. They do not huddle up. DiLorenzo waits a snap. Oh, hard count as the line went down, and McGuffey jumped for the 3rd time this evening. This time it is Troy Falosk, number 55. So that will make it 1st down and 5. Ball will be at the McGuffey 40-yard line.
Again, it's discipline. You never go off the cadence. Your eyes are glued to the ball from the start to the finish of that play. And again, this is really starting to come back to bite McGuffey in the rear right now. This is about the 5th or 6th time in this game that they've jumped early.
And timeout McGuffey. We'll take it with him. You're listening to McGuffey Sports Network, powered by ARH Sports Shop, carried on the Triple Live High School Sports Network.
Since 1988, Tri-State Designs has provided customers with the highest quality awards for all occasions. Conveniently located on Main Street in Claysville, Tri-State Designs features a full showroom with many examples of the various awards they offer. Trophies, plaques, ribbons, engravings, or maybe you need a custom order. No problem. Stop in or give them a call at 724-663-5346. Tri-State Designs, a trusted award shop and proud supporter of McGuffey Athletics.
All right, first down and 5 now after the McGuffey offside penalty. Ball at the McGuffey 40-yard line. 11:25 to go here. This will only be the second snap of the drive, and Linsly already 40 yards from pay dirt. They trailed 21-7, but they started moving the ball. DiLorenzo in the shotgun. 3 wide to the left. Another hard count. This time he goes to the right side here on the rollout. He's got a hole, 40, 35, down the sideline, 25, 15, makes a move at the 5. He's into the end zone for the touchdown. 40-yard run by the quarterback, DiLorenzo, and just like that, Linsly's within 1 score.
A student body right to the keeper, DiLorenzo. He had some great outstanding blocking by DeLota on the right side of that line. He takes the sidelines. He was smelling the green grass as it was growing, and Linsly answers. And now it's 21-13. So as we kind of talked about, partner, eliminate the 2-score deficit. It's now a 1-score deficit.
Extra point attempt here. Taylor does the holding. It's a low snap, but he gets it down. That kick is up, and that kick is good. With 11:15 remaining in the first half, it's now 21-14 McGuffey. We're right back here on the McGuffey Sports Network, powered by ARH Sports Shop, carried on the Triple Live High School Sports Network.
Jim Murray's Auto Service, located at 122 East Railroad Street in Washington, offers full auto repair, state inspection, emissions, brakes, alignment, tune-ups, oil changes, whatever ails your car or truck. Jim and his qualified team of mechanics can diagnose your vehicle issues and get you back on the road in no time. At Jim Murray's, you're not a service number. Jim takes the time to discuss your auto repair one-on-one before the work is started. Give Jim a call, 724-222-1350. Jim Murray's, professional service with personal small-town treatment.
All right, back here at West Family Stadium, Linsly making very quick work, and all the momentum right now wearing black. McGuffey's going to need a drive here, similar to what they had on their first 3 drives, where they were able to not only move the ball but do it methodically and control the tempo of this game. So we'll see if the offense can respond here. We've got Cipoletti and Donnelly back deep there, standing around their 5-yard line, and we saw the kicker here, Malte File. He's got one heck of a leg. Off the opening kickoff, he put it back near the goal line. Last one before the half, he just did a little squib with 4 seconds remaining, but we'll see what he decides to do here. A lot of movement here, and there's an onside kick by Linsly, and it's going to be recovered by McGuffey inside the 40. A really, really great job, really, and I'm going to say really several times, by Tyler Wright, who ran back and fielded the ball on a hop from that up position. One of the linemen, not necessarily on the hands team, but an excellent job following and tracking that ball to cover it. Otherwise, Linsly had a ton of guys there to get it. Now, McGuffey is set up at great field position at their own 38. They're going to come out with Cipoletti to the right, and this is, I believe, Janovich to the left. Philip McHugh, the quarterback. They send Jeremiah Johnson to the slot right. Gets a snap. McHugh keeps it up the middle, 40. Held a hold of the 45. Gets a block, 50. Gets across midfield all the way down inside the 45-yard line.
Goes with the inside keeper. He saw some room. He was hoping Janovich might have held on to that block for about a split second more, but he did some bobbing and weaving through some real estate there. McGuffey now in Linsly territory at the 44, and McGuffey's trying to answer after that last touchdown by the Cadets.
McEwen heads back into the huddle, ball resting at the 44-yard line of Linsly. Cipoletti to the right, Janovich split wide to the left. They're going to keep Jeremiah Johnson in that slot on the right side. McEwen keeps it right side. He's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and drop there for no gain. So it'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, Linsly not really surprised by the quarterback keeper for McEwen there. He tried to find some room through the B gap on the right side of the line, but Linsly bringing everything and the kitchen sink on that last play. No gain for McGuffey. It will still be 2nd and 10 at their own 44 as McEwen gets the play from Highlanders head coach Ed Dalton on the sideline and trying to make some magic happen.
All right, Chipletti again to the right and Janovich to the left. 2nd down and 10. They keep Johnson again in the slot, so we're 3 wide here on 2nd down. So snap, back to pass. McEwen late handoff to Dietrich, and he's going to be tackled after no gain. So in on the tackle there, number 41 for Linsly up the middle. That was Alco Smith, and that is 2 times in a row where they've been stopped for no gain. Now we're back to 3rd and 10. So McGuffey going to have to probably put it up in the air here.
And if you're Linsly, you need to be expecting the play action or expecting the draw right now. The Highlanders running out of tricks, if you will, as they come out at the Linsly 44 with it being a big 3rd down.
McEwen under center. Johnson in motion this time. They fake it, rolling. McEwen, he's going to be spun around, still on his feet. Trying to get a block around the side. He's got the 45. He's going to run out of bounds. Gets pushed out of bounds near the 42-yard line. He's about 3 yards shy of the 1st down, but now you're in a position where you might go for it here on 4th because it's a much more makeable position than it would have been 4th and 10.
And it looked like he had Janovich who started out to the inside. Then he started running the post route to the out. It wasn't there. McEwen got lucky as he got spun around, even though he lost about 5 yards on that run. With it being 3 yards to the 1st down marker, you really have to throw out all the stops right now as your quarterback.
4th down and 3. Big play coming up here for the Highlanders. They try to keep possession. Johnson in motion to the right. They pitch it to him. He's going to try to get a block up the middle. 1st down, 30. Makes a move inside the 25-yard line, and McGuffey has the ball down to the 24.
You put the trust in your line. You put the trust in your back. In Johnson, we trust. That was a huge 4th down conversion for the Highlanders. They're able to pick it up and then some, and now you're starting to see the changing of the guard with this McGuffey offense. They're starting to throw Linsly off kilter a little bit now. So new life, 1st and 10 at the Linsly 25.
Chipletti again to the right side. This time they're going to split, looks like Dietrich in the slot left. McEwen gets it. Keeps it. He's going to be hit, spun around, and no, he's still on his feet, but will be dropped. Eventually back for a loss all the way back at the 28-yard line. A loss of 3 on the play and bring up 2nd and 13. That time just a slow developing play, and Linsly getting enough jerseys there to eventually bring McEwen down.
Landwehr there making the initial contact for the Linsly defense. They weren't really fooled by the fake draw, which the Highlanders have been consistently going to. They are either trying to hand off with the fake draw, or they're trying to go with the what's that play? Drawing a blank here, Rusty. They're trying to go with the option there, but Linsly's not really being fooled right now.
2nd down and long. Johnson in motion. They fake the pitch to him, looking to pass McEwen. He's got to get rid of it. He's going to be sacked. He's going to be dropped way back. We'll see where they mark it for where he was hit. But there was a blindside blitz there by Taylor, and McEwen needed to get rid of that, and he didn't see it coming. So they're going to – wow, they didn't – that's not a good spot. They should have been probably closer to about the inside the 40-yard line. They're going to say he was hit initially at the 42. So they have to get all the way down near the 15-yard line for a 1st down. It is 3rd and forever.
Yeah, a big blindside blitz on that left side, and Johnson was anticipating the blitz coming from the right side. And nobody home.
McEwen came out on that. So Logan Carlisle's on a quarterback.
Some miscommunication, I feel.
McEwen gets it. He's back to pass. He looks. He throws over the middle. It's caught by Johnson. He's down inside near the 20-yard line, and that's a big gainer. It's short of the 1st down, but it definitely gives them an opportunity here because they're going to mark it at the 14. It looks like that should be 4th and 4 now.
Yeah, they might be going with the hurry up yet again.
Wow, Jeremiah Johnson caught that seam and just really did a nice job of getting behind the linebackers there, and Carlisle, a beautiful throw, hitting him right in stride. We said McEwen, after the sack, headed to the sideline, so Logan in there now calling the plays. 4th down, and they're saying 5. They have to get inside the 15, so the first down marker is just inside between about the 14.5-yard line. And now McGuffey's going to have to call a timeout. The play clock was down to 0. So we will take that one with them. That is their, I believe that's their second timeout already of the half, although they still have 2 on there. But we'll be right back here on the McGuffey Sports Network, powered by ARH Sports Shop, carried on the Triple Live High School Sports Network.
Jim Murray's Auto Service, located at 122 East Railroad Street in Washington, offers full auto repair, state inspection, emissions, brakes, alignment, tune-ups, oil changes, whatever ails your car or truck. Jim and his qualified team of mechanics can diagnose your vehicle issues and get you back on the road in no time. At Jim Murray's, you're not a service number. Jim takes the time to discuss your auto repair one-on-one before the work is started. Give Jim a call, 724-222-1350. Jim Murray's, professional service with personal small-town treatment.
All right, back here, McGuffey has it 4th down and a short 5. They are at the 20-yard line, trying to get just inside the 15.
It's doable. It's very doable, but also you have a great kicker who can come up, who's proven to hit some pretty good field goals, as we saw so far this season. So do you lot and go for it and take another 4th down gamble, or do you put the trust in your kicker?
He hit
with
that
being
long
so
36-yarder, but that was also when they were up by a lot. I think at this point I'd take my chances and
it's
go
hard
for
to tell.
All right, so Carlisle under center. Chip Letty in the slot right. Trying to get a hard snap here. They get the snap. Johnson, pitch right, tries to get up the middle. He's not going to get it. He's going to gain a couple, but he needed 5, and Linsly takes over on downs at the 18-yard line.
I really don't think going up the gut was a smart choice for that particular down. Linsly was definitely honing in on the rush up the center. They had plenty of room to the outside there near the McGuffey bench, and I think it would have been a little bit more accessible for the McGuffey offense. Try to flip the go and go with a quick pitch to the outside, but still now Linsly's going to have their back pins against the wall as they come out with possession at their own 18.
All right, Linsly made very quick work, basically only 2 snaps getting the touchdown last time. We'll see what happens here if the McGuffey defense can tighten things up. 1st down and 10, ball at the 18. DiLorenzo in the shotgun. Gets it, rolling to the right, and there's some confusion. He trying to get around the outside. He does break 1 tackle, but is brought down for a loss back near the 16-yard line. Good job cleaning that up over there. That was, is that number 28?
Morgan Shriver, 28, who was able to make initial contact and bring him down. So, yeah, a lot of confusion. I don't know if somebody missed the block, if they were trying to go with the
Taylor
read option.
slipped behind him, so he didn't really have an option to give it to him.
So it was a busted play, essentially. He tried to make some magic happen. A loss of 3 as they wait the play to come in from the sideline.
All right, so 3 wide to the right here. And looking that way, throwing that way, it's going to be caught wide open out here, and running with the ball is File, and he's going to be knocked out near the 28-yard line. That was easy pitch and catch. They put 3 receivers out there. McGuffey had 2 defenders, and it's not like they snuck up on him. They had nobody covering the 3rd receiver. All he did was throw it to him, and he ran for a 1st down. Gain of about 15 on that play, all the way out near the – where are they putting it? Do we have a penalty?
No, it looks like it's an official timeout. I think they're trying to respot the ball. They're measuring something, but
they are going to measure. It's our first measurement of the evening. They're going to bring the sticks all the way. Of course, they measure when they're on the far sideline. They bring it all the way across the field.
But yes, as you said, that 3rd wide receiver left unattended, so why not try to hit the old wide receiver screen? Yes. He was sitting perfectly right on the bench, and he had nothing but grass growing in front of him. So they come out with the official spot here.
It's 1st down. So even after the 2nd and long, they make it easy with the pitch and catch. Yeah, like I said, I was wondering, I see 3 guys out there, but there's only 2. Logan Carlisle came late over to kind of cover the inside area, but there was nobody out wide. So we'll see if their McGuffey coaching staff can make an adjustment. Now they're going to the other side. Once again, now McEwen rolls over there. He shades that side from the safety position, but you still have 3 wideouts and only 2 guys up there covering him. First and 10, Linsly. Get the snap, up the gut. It's Sanders. He gets hit as he crosses the 30. They're going to mark him out near the 34-yard line. That's a gain of 6. Second down and 4 coming up for the Cadets. All right, here goes DiLorenzo this time, trying to get the corner. Kind of plays a rope-a-dope and eventually gets knocked out of bounds after he gets the first down at the 40-yard line. He hid behind his blocker there nicely and then squirted around the outside for the extra yardage, and that'll move the sticks for the Cadets once more. They have their second first down of this series. 3 wide to the left, 1 to the right. McGuffey needs a turnover here. Something on defense. Big play, hopefully. They throw it out wide open again as File. Makes a man miss. Down the sidelines. 40, 35, out of bounds finally as he's knocked out by Cipoletti, but not until he gets down to the McGuffey 33. Nobody is covering number 5. They're giving Multi-File all the real estate in the world, and he is taking advantage of it.
And right now, Linsly just simply has the momentum swinging in their direction, catching the Highlanders way off guard. Deep in the McGuffey territory. I mean, they're trying to poise together another great drive here.
All right, so they get the play from the sideline. Play clock down to about 7 seconds. To get it, looking to the right is DiLorenzo. Now he's going to have to hurry, and he's going to be brought down to the backfield. Way to go, Cipoletti. Wow, that is how you make an open field tackle. You talked about earlier not hesitating, being sure where you're going to go. He made DiLorenzo make his decision, and then he just closed in for the sack.
I mean, as you said, an outstanding job. He was able to read it perfectly. He kept him in check. And at that point, there's really nowhere to go except for backwards. An outstanding job by Cipoletti defensively playing that rush end position.
Loss of 7 on the play. Ball back at the 40-yard line. Second down and 17 coming up. This is when they've gone to that wide receiver screen. Let's see if they try it on the left side. That's where all the wide outs are. And no, up the middle, DiLorenzo. He's going to get a couple, and that's it. He gets down inside the 43-yard line. Pickup of about 3. It'll bring up third down and 14.
Henry Hess making the initial contact on DiLorenzo that time and standing him up. But this is a huge third down for Linsly. 14 yards ago to get to the first down marker, which is right at the 23-yard line of the Highlanders.
Play clock winds down to 12. 4 wide, 1 to the right. All the other 3 are on the left side. Hard count there by DiLorenzo, and they're going to say McGuffey cross. I didn't think that time he got into neutral zone, but they're going to say he did, and that's going to give a free 5 yards to the Cadets for the 4th time tonight. That was number 61, Henry Hess. I thought he stayed back far enough, but they're going to mark it off, and that's been there all night, 4 times tonight.
It looked as if it was Aiden Chris, the right tackle, that might have jumped a little bit prematurely, but a free play awarded to Linsly.
Back to pass. DiLorenzo looks right. He's got a man. Taylor's open. He has it. He fumbles the ball. That's covered by Cipoletti. He gets his second turnover of the day, and McGuffey has the ball at the 27-yard line.
Huge momentum swing. Tristan McAdoo made that play happen. He made the initial contact. He came raking on top. He put his fist right on top of the ball. He knocks it out of the hands of Taylor. And who's there to scoop it up? Johnny on the spot. Ethan Janovich.
Yeah, I say Cipoletti, I meant Ethan Janovich.
It was Janovich who was able to
it was Janovich.
Who was able to
Janovich's second turnover of the day.
But he was able to scoop it up.
Wow, that is a huge play for this McGuffey defense.
A wild turn of events here, and McGuffey now has the momentum back in the driver's seat.
McAdoo goes wide to the right side. Travis White is here to the left on the short side. Logan Carlisle in again at quarterback. Man in motion is Jeremiah Johnson. Carlisle tries to keep it and follow his fullback, and he is going to gain a yard up to about the 29-yard line, and that is it. So we saw McEwen go off after this sack, and since then it's been Logan Carlisle. Now, this would have been his series anyways, so it's hard to say It's and they're all the way on the far side. I can't really see where number 2 is right now anyways.
I mean, it's an outstanding strategy as you go and you try to rotate 2 doable quarterbacks in and try to throw off your opponent.
Carlisle under center again. 2nd down and 9. This time it's Dietrich in motion. Rolling out. Carlisle throws it deep. He's got a man. Oh, this is going to be. Oh, wow, that should have been intercepted. That was ripe for the picking, but number 10 for Linsly is Felix Reiter. He could not hold on to it, and luckily it's going to be 3rd down and 9.
And he got vertical and then some, almost touching the stars as he went up for that high pass thrown by Carlisle. It was difficult for Carlisle because he threw off of his non-dominating foot that time, and he just kind of chucked it up with a wish and a prayer and hoping that it was either to go out of bounds, but luckily it falls short.
All right, 3rd down and 9. Carlisle goes under center. Back to pass, looking, rolling to the left now. Got to try to get around a man, and he does. 30, 20, 35, 40, 1st down, 45, 50, and he's pushed out of bounds near midfield. Wow, Logan Carlisle really baited that lineman. We have a late flag coming in from the back judge here. I'm not sure who the guilty party is going to be. It was right around where Carlisle went down. We also have a McGuffey player. It looks like he's cramping up out there in the center of the field, too. We'll get you a number on that. But Carlisle did a great job of baiting that defensive end and then got around him and was able to sprint up the sideline. So once we get this call, we'll see if this was dead ball after the play or not.
And I think it's going to be after the play. But, yeah, as you said, he did a great job baiting. He saw that all of his targets were covered there. And a great job by the Linsly Cadets playing man coverage the way that they did. But Carlisle, using his good peripheral vision, able to see he had some room on the right side or on the left side of the turf there, was able to turn on the afterburners. He gets the 1st down and then some.
Now they're marking this back. It was a McGuffey penalty. I didn't see. It's going to be close to the 1st down. I think it must have been a blocking penalty. And it's going to be right around the sticks. I believe they're still going to have it.
I think they are giving him the 1st down.
Yeah, so, all right, so it was a blocking penalty. I'm guessing maybe like a block in the back possibly. They're going to spot it at the 39. It should be about a football's length enough for the 1st down yardage. I didn't think that to measure. That was Jeremiah Johnson that was cramping up. They're going to have him. He's walking off under his own power, but a little stiff. They do move the sticks. All right, so illegal block in the back erases 10 yards of that run, but it was a 19-yard run, so all they needed was 9 for the 1st down. They got that. We'll see who comes in for Johnson here in the running back position as he makes his way to the sidelines. Donley, what do we got?
Connor Crow, number 8, checking in for Johnson.
We have not seen Kyle Brookman at all today.
No, we have not. And, I mean, he made his presence very well known last week against Frazier.
All right, so this time they have 3 wideouts, slot right, and back to pass is Carlisle. Looking now, he's got to go. He's got to hurry. Being chased. They have to get rid of it. Throws down the field. It's going to be incomplete, short of everybody. Closest man to it was defensive back Brody Selman, but it's going to be incomplete. Just a good job there by Carlisle to escape and get the incompletion because he was being chased by 2 defenders from Linsly.
And then he had a third actually starting to come in on the opposite side there. So, I mean, he did the best thing he could and just chuck it down the sidelines. And he purposely threw it low and close enough to the turf that it would be an incomplete pass. So, again, Carlisle just has an outstanding vision. As a freshman, he's going to continue to develop as years go on.
All right. So, 2nd down and 10 after the incompletion. Carlisle under center. Man in motion is Dietrich. They keep it up the middle, and Carlisle's going to get dropped for a loss. And that took too long to develop, and Vaughn Kryl was able to get sweeping behind him for the 1-yard loss, and it's going to make it 3rd down and 11.
Yes, him and Wyatt Haynes also assisting with that stop, and it just took too long to try to get the play going. There was just too much happening, and it just wasn't happening at a decent enough pace, unfortunately. Slow motion, if you will, but 2nd and 11, the 1st down marker at the McGuffey 49-yard line. So they have a lot of real estate to work with in front of them.
Man in motion's Dietrich. They fake it. They option it to him. He's going to try the quarter. He gets a couple across the 40, but he'll be well short of the 1st down. And a gain of 4 is going to bring up 4th down and 7. So Johnson's the punter, so we're going to have another, unless he's well enough to do it, we're going to have another punter back there.
And I think they might have Crow back to do the punting duties.
Okay, we mentioned he had filled in a couple weeks ago. So McGuffey getting a little banged up here. We saw Philip McEwen leave earlier. We haven't seen Kyle Brookman all night. I'm not sure what the issue is with him, but he hasn't been here tonight. Now Jeremiah Johnson heading off, so Crow will take the snap. It gets off a low liner. It's going to take a hop. Johnson looking to pick it up at the 21-yard line. He does. There's a block in the back. It's not called. And Johnson still running out. He gets knocked out the 45-yard line. There was a block in the back. Number 14 for McGuffey is Brennan Mullins, and he got hit directly between the 1 and the 4 and pushed down to the ground, and that was not called. And they're going to have great field position out the 45 as opposed to being back near their 15-yard line.
Give credit to the fill-in punter, that one, Crow, who actually made the stop for the Highlanders. Official spot comes out to the Linsly 44-yard line. We have 14 seconds left to go in the third quarter, and McGuffey's still on top, 21-14.
All right, going to need another defensive back over there on that side. They got 3 wide out again. McEwen kind of shades over there. So he's back on the field. McEwen's back out there. So that must have just been Carlisle taking his normal spot in the quarterback position. All right, DiLorenzo in the shotgun. Guard count again, and this time did McGuffey really go? I didn't see them go in the neutral zone. So they did move forward, but I didn't see him go through. We'll see. Is it going to be? It is. Yep. 5th time tonight. 5th time tonight, a free 5 yards for Linsly. Wow. That gets the ball out to the 49-yard line, 1st down and 5.
Not unless
seconds to go in the third.
Not unless they're seeing the head of Sprouse cross into the neutral zone. That's the only thing that I can think, because there's no.
Yeah, I didn't think the last 2 times they did, but there's a quick pass caught. 1st down, Johnson. He's inside the 45, down to the 42-yard line. That will more than likely be the last play of the third quarter. Unless Linsly's able to get the snap off here. There's 5 seconds to go. They're going to try. They do. Here goes the play. It's Sanders, and he gets tackled. He's near 1st down yardage again. Gain of 10. That will. Wow, they're going to give him a full yard after that, down to the 31. He was tackled at the 32, but now they'll spot at the 31. 1st down and 10 when we come back for the fourth quarter. McGuffey still leads 21-14, but Linsly on the move. You're listening to the McGuffey Sports Network, powered by Air 8 Sports Shop, carried on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Alexis Family Dentistry is a full-service general dental practice offering comprehensive dental health care service in a friendly, relaxed atmosphere. Dr. Alexis, a McGuffey graduate, is inspired to make patients her priority by working together for your healthier smile. Her goal is to help you relax and address all your questions and concerns. Your individual treatment plan is crafted to fulfill all your dental health needs and to reach your goals for a beautiful and healthy smile. Call Dr. Alexis today at 724-470-9750 to schedule your appointment. Dr. Alexis, a proud Highlander supporter.
All right, we have a little bit more time here because it's between the quarter. Do we have any more live reads? I usually run 2 there.
No, but we have some final scores coming in, and Jason texts us about this one, and this is a very lopsided score, but Central Valley defeats Quaker Valley tonight, 69-7. Gateway defeats Greater Latrobe, 53-7. It's Steel Valley 40, Ligonier Valley nothing, and Hampton defeats Greensburg Salem 45-6.
All right, so Linsly has 1st down and 10. The ball is sitting at the McGuffey 31. This is about the territory where they fumbled the last series. And
one more I wanted to try to throw in there before the play happens. Waynesburg gets their first conference win. They defeat Fraser 27-7 at Raider Field. Pride.
All right, so DiLorenzo comes out. This time they've got all 3 receivers to the short side here on the left. In the pistol, he's got Sanders behind him. He's going to hand it to him, and he's going to get the middle. Breaks a man miss, 30. Makes another man miss, 25. Gets tackled inside the 25-yard line. And they're going to spot him at around the 21. And that will, it's close to another 1st down. We'll see. It's a 10-yard gain. I don't know if it's quite enough. Are we really going to measure again? No, let's call it 2nd down. 2nd down is short. DiLorenzo Gets it up the middle, first down, and Sanders pushes forward across the 15-yard line near the 14, and that'll be where the Cadets have it, and they are on the move looking to tie this thing up. McGuffey defense needs to tighten up here in this fourth quarter. DiLorenzo gets it again. There he goes, up the middle. The hole opened, and he's going to get about 7 all the way down inside the 10 near the 8-yard line. Right now, Linsly just controlling that line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. 2nd down and 3. They can get a first down and just inside the 5. And that time, getting in the backfield there on the blitz was Eric Donley. Nice job coming in at about a loss of maybe 1. That'll bring up 3rd down and 4.
The quick-wittedness of this Linsly offense is definitely sucking life out of the McGuffey defense, because really the defense has no time to get ready except for the next play. So it's just continuous repetition, run after run, and Linsly very disciplined with their offense in the run game right now. It's why they're able to wear down the McGuffey defense the way that they have. And
we're going to have another hard count here, I bet you about $5.
I wouldn't be surprised.
There it is. And there's the flag.
And all
Number 6 on the evening.
And all Sprouse did was stand up. He did not cross the neutral zone.
Well, it's hard to tell from this angle. We're way down to the right, but it didn't look like they jumped as much, but we'll see. They're saying he did, and he's coming out. So this will give them the first down or close to it. It'll be half the distance. Offside. That is the 6th time tonight. 6. First down and goal, Cadets. Snap, DiLorenzo to the right side. There's a lot of men there. Wow, good job there by the entire left side of the McGuffey defense. Ethan Janovich comes in to finish him up, but there was just nowhere to go for DiLorenzo, and he's going to lose yardage all the way back to the 10, where it's 2nd down and goal.
They were able to make up after the Sprouse penalty, but still.
I mean, if you're Linsly, I don't understand why you're not running up the gut. They've had so much movement with Sanders on this drive, getting through the A and B gaps. I don't really know why they're not trying that more, but
it's proven successful this entire game.
Snap, here they go. That's what they did, and he's all the way down inside the 5. So, yeah, it's just that hole's huge. Like, he gets before he's even touched by anybody, he's got 5 yards. He's all the way down inside the 4. It looks like here, where it's 3rd down and goal.
And it's just a simple power play through the A or the B gap, as you said, and here they come set again.
There's a snap. Nobody was ready on defense, and Sanders going to waltz into the end zone for the touchdown. There were 3 guys that weren't even ready for the snap, and with 9:17 to go, Linsly is an extra point away from tying this game up.
And it's a brand-new ball game with 9:17 left to go.
File in here. No, that's not File. It's Dimitrowski. He's on the extra point kick here. Snap is down. Kick is up. Oh, it hits the upright. Well, you look at that. The extra point is no good, and it's still 21-20 McGuffey. So we'll be right back here for the kickoff. You're listening to McGuffey Sports Network, powered by AR8 Sports Shop, carried on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
I'm Bob Champ from Shear Heating and Air Conditioning. We're always looking for new ways to improve our service. Now you can visit our website at shearhvac.com and join the chat to ask any questions you have. You can also text us 24/7 for service and installation at 724-222-1830. We have 72 months financing. Shear Heating and Air Conditioning. Carrier, turn to the experts. shearhvac.com, PA 9737.
Back here at West Family Stadium, it is 21-20. It was once a 21-0 score in favor of McGuffey, but Linsly has come storming back here, and they're only that missed extra point right there off the upright from tying this up. But there's lots of time still on the clock. McGuffey, I believe, yes, 1 timeout to their possession, and Linsly has 3. We did already see Linsly try an onside kick earlier in this half. McGuffey recovered it, but you would think they'd have a few more guys. They still just have the 5 up men here. So I wouldn't be surprised if Multi-File tries to get one past these guys again. Now it looks like maybe McGuffey's inching a few of the other players up closer.
And now they're shifting, so here we go again.
They did this again. And that was offside by, I think McGuffey might have got that. That looked like it was offside on Linsly by running ahead of the kicker there when he kicked it.
And they didn't call it, and it looked like it was number 6, Selman, who was offsides, but
who has the ball? We don't know
McGuffey should have come up with the ball. I saw Connor Crow.
No, Linsly has it.
Jeez.
Yeah. Linsly has it. Yeah, they there's a couple of things wrong with that. One, there was not nearly enough guys up there to recover the onside kick for the receiving team. But the other thing was, I swear the guy to the left of the kicker was ahead of him before he kicked the ball, and he's the one that went down there towards the recovery. But nonetheless, Linsly has the ball and looking to take the lead here with 9:17 to go. They have the ball at the McGuffey 46-yard line. McGuffey defense has been on the field quite a bit in the second half, and they're going to have to come up big again. The snap up the middle. Sanders hit at the line of scrimmage and pushes forward again with second effort. Gain of a couple there. He's inside the 45 to about the 43.5-yard line. Gain of 3, second down and 7.
And Sanders has definitely been hitting the holes hard all game. That's why he's gained at least 3 to 3.5 to 4 yards on average per carry.
Another hard count. There's a snap. Fake to Sanders. Looking deep. He's got a man wide open as Johnson. It's over his head. That was a sure 6 points by Johnson, but Jyleek Johnson had 4 or 5 steps on everybody, but his quarterback just let him a little too much and brings up 3rd down and 7.
And he definitely aired that one out. And the only man who was backing coverage for McGuffey, who's 5 to 10 yards behind the ball, was Carlisle, and there was no way he was going to be able to catch up to that pass.
3rd and 7. There's a snap. There goes Di Lorenzo following blockers, and he pushes forward. He's close. They're going to give him the spot. The near guy had him at the 42, but now he walks it up, and that's going to be a first down. I thought he was a yard short. Referee puts it at the 41. That's enough for a first down.
Yeah, McEwen coming up from the free safety position. He makes the tackle. It's enough for a first down. I thought maybe he had stopped him about a yard short, but as you can see, again, the changing of the guards, the momentum shifting back in favor of Linsly. They're driving inside McGuffey territory right now. This defense really needs to calm down and focus on the task at hand.
First and 10, Linsly. Lorenzo has it. Gives it to Taylor. Huge hole. 30. Inside the 30, down. Another 8-yard gain down to about the 28-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 2.
Yeah, Johnson made the stop that time, but not before he almost gets himself another first down inside McGuffey territory. Give him a gain of 8.
All right, 2nd down and short. There's a wow. 7 times tonight. That time, it's number 54, Tyler Wright. 7th time tonight, the McGuffey defensive line has jumped offside. First down, Linsly down to the 23-yard line.
I can only imagine what the theme in practice for the upcoming week is going to be with all these offside penalties by the defensive line. I mean, it almost makes you cringe knowing that there's 7 offside penalty on the defensive line alone.
Up the middle, Taylor gets hit at the line of scrimmage, but has enough momentum to get down to the 20. That's a gain of 3. It'll bring up 2nd down and 7. There's a late flag.
Yep.
That's thrown into the pile. I'm not sure who this is on.
I think this one's going to go in favor of Linsly and Florian Schorm. believe came in diving after the play. And it looked like it was Donley who threw his hands up as to say what's going to happen here. So I think this one's going to come back on Linsly, and it does.
Personal foul. Yep, that is. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, 53. Is that who you were saying there? 53?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's going to march it back. That's a big penalty. It was a gain of 3, so it'll end up being a loss of 12 and puts the ball back to about the 35-yard line. So opportunity here for the McGuffey defense to keep Linsly at bay, but you have to play sound football. We've seen Linsly be able to break some big plays open here in the second half. So time to tighten things up. DiLorenzo in the shotgun. Johnson's in motion. They fake it to him. They're going to give it up the middle, and that's going to be Sanders. He is dropped for no gain. Excellent play there. And that was number 28 for McGuffey. Shriver, yes. Morgan Shriver coming in and making a short tackle, and that keeps it 3rd and 21. So this is 4-down territory, I'm sure, for Linsly here. We're down to 6:45 to go. They're down by 1.
Keep in mind the first down markers at the McGuffey 13-yard line.
No free yards here.
The defensive line has to be very disciplined and watch out for the hard count.
Here's a snap, looking to pass. There's a blitz here. McAdoo almost gets him. Now Cipoletti chases, and it gets away. DiLorenzo gets all the way inside the 30-yard line, down near the 25. So he picks up about 10, and it's going to bring up 4th down and 12.
I thought McAdoo definitely had a hand on him as he came outside the pocket to try to swoop and take some of his defenders with him. But he was able to squeeze by them there. There was a slight seam. He found the sideline. Now here comes a huge 4th and 12 for Linsly.
12. Hard count. That time they did not bite. Play clock still at 15. They can try it again. Hold your ground, D-line.
Looks like they're trying to call an audible win from the sideline.
Now play clock's down to 8. 5. They get it off. Blitz. He throws deep. He's got a man, but Janovich is there. It's up. It is.
No.
Touchdown. Linsly.
Wow.
Going up and getting it was Malte File. He high pointed the ball, took it away from Ethan Janovich, and it's now 26-21. Linsly.
One-on-one, Janovich would File, and he was able to get vertical just a little bit higher than Janovich, and I thought Janovich was coming down with the ball in the end zone. So Linsly, their first lead of the game, coming with 6:11 left to go. It's a completely different ball game here at West Family Stadium.
And I imagine they're going to go for 2 here to make this a 7-point game. And they're going to call a timeout, I guess, to do it. So we'll take a timeout right here before the point after attempt. With 6:11 to go, McGuffey now trails for the first time this evening, 26-21 to Linsly. We'll be right back on the McGuffey Sports Network, powered by Area Sports Shop, carried on the Triple Live High School Sports Network.
Biggie's Pizza, located at 210 Main Street in Claysville, is proud to announce they've added a second location, 167 16th Street in historic downtown Wheeling, serving your favorite pizza, wings, calzones, strombolis, salads, and don't forget to ask them about their brand new Mini Biggie, Mini Boli, and the all-new apple pie pizza dessert. Delivery and carryout options are available. Every day a 1 large, 1 topping pizza, cheesy breadsticks, and a 2 liter of pop is only $22.99. Stop in and see them, 210 Main Street in downtown Claysville, or their second location, 167 16th Street in historic downtown Wheeling. Biggie's Pizza, a proud supporter of McGuffey Athletics.
All right, back here after the Linsly touchdown for them to take the lead for the first time tonight. Once again, it was 21-0 McGuffey late in the second quarter. Linsly would score at the end of the half, and then it's been all Linsly here in the second half. And that onside kick, we thought they were offside. Jason just texted. He's been watching our video feed at home. He said that one of the linemen on that kickoff was definitely offside by a full yard. We thought for sure he was. But that's how Linsly got this drive. They were trailing by 1 after they missed an extra point, but they were given this drive because of the onside kick. But they were offside on the attempt, and it just wasn't called. So here they go, going for 2. DiLorenzo in the shotgun, everybody in tight to the left, 1 wide out to the right. Rolling to the left. DiLorenzo, he's got some space. He lobs it into the end zone. It's going to be out of bounds, incomplete. Not really high percentage play there by Linsly, but they still have the 5-point lead with 6:11 to go. McGuffey will get the ball back, we think, but we've already seen 2 onside kick attempts by Linsly tonight. So we will see.
And if you're McGuffey, you have to almost anticipate the onside kick. You can't just sit back and be apprehensive and think they're going to try to kick it deeper. They're going to try to go with the squib. We've seen the squib once. Now we've seen the onside. You have to stay on your toes. 6:11 left. There's still plenty of time to make some magic happen here. But you, at this point, have to expect the unexpected.
Linsly heads out with the kickoff team, and this is still moved. File tees it up right in the center. That's what he's been doing all night. It'll be Donley and Malachi Ely back deep, but as we said, the last couple kicks have just gone to the first line of defense here. And last time, McGuffey was certainly not ready for it. Now they're still not. They still have the same. This is the same formation that they had the last time. This one goes deep, and it's going to be Ely inside the 5. Makes a move at the 10. Nice move at the 15, and he's going to be tackled before he can reach the 20, though. And there's a late flag coming in again. This might have been the last person kind of dove in helmet first. And I don't know if that's the call or not, but we will see. I think he did just motion personal foul.
And I think you're going to stand correct on that. It's a good call by the officials. So it's going to be a personal foul.
And that's huge because that was going to be McGuffey balled around the 17-yard line. Instead, they're going to get it out past the 30. So that's a huge help for them now, and they need all the field position they can get to try to get back and take this lead back.
Yeah, the official spot's going to be right at the 32-yard line.
All right, still Logan Carlisle in at quarterback. Wide left is Janovich. Chip Letty in the slot left. Dietrich in motion. Tries to get the corner, runs into a blocker. Now he heads upfield, and he's still on his feet. He's going to gain maybe 3 out to about the 35-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd down and 7.
So what was different with the Linsly defensive line? This time it looks like they stacked it about 6 on the line, and they were able to just read the run on to the right side of the line, and they essentially shut it down. They showed the McGuffey blocker back into the runner. And that kind of hurts a little bit.
Carlisle goes under center. This time both wide receivers to the right side. And in motion is Johnson. They pitch it to him. Heads up the middle, runs over a man still going forward, and he pushes all the way across the 40, gets out to the 41-yard line, and that is going to be about a yard shy of a McGuffey first down.
Carlisle gets his call from the sideline. He comes back into the huddle. Again, the first down marker's at the 41-yard line.
Third down and 1. Carlisle goes under center. Dietrich's in motion. Carlisle pitches it. Dietrich's got some room. 45, 50, runs over a man, heads out of bounds into Linsly territory. They'll mark him out right at the 49-yard line. And that is a nice gain there of about 12 yards. Really good decision there by Carlisle to hold on to the ball and get the opportune time to pitch it to Dietrich.
I think the timing was impeccable on that pitch, too. He was able to dispose of the ball at the proper time. Dietrich had a lot of room on the sideline there, and he was able to step out. So that stops the clock with 4:39. It kind of allows McGuffey to kind of get set, and they can hope to carry this momentum to the end of the quarter.
Carlisle under center, 1st and 10. And in motion's Dietrich again. Following up the middle is Carlisle, and he's got a few. He's going to gain about 3. Gets down to the 46-yard line. He followed Jeremiah Johnson up the middle there, and that'll bring up 2nd down and a short 7. McGuffey has one timeout remaining. We're just over 4 minutes to go. If you're McGuffey, you want to score here, but you do not want to leave any time on the clock for this Linsly offense. So that would be the perfect scenario if they could do that. Second down. Johnson in motion. Fake it to him. Give it late to Dietrich up the middle. He's hit, but he's going to push forward across the 45 and get down to the 43-yard line. That's a gain of 3. That'll bring up, it's a short 4, I think. Third down and 4.
Linsly has to be thinking with McGuffey, it's either going to be the draw, it's going to be the fake read option, or it's going to be a play action pass. And I'm going to venture to say, if you're Linsly, you're really anticipating the run right now because McGuffey has not really ventured to the pass game as often as they would like to in this game. And Carlisle's dangerous whenever he gets outside the pocket and he starts to scramble.
All right, third down and 4. And in motion is Dietrich again. They fake the pitch. Rolling this way is Carlisle. He can run if he gets the corner. There's a flag. This one's coming back. Carlisle has it, falls forward for about 2 or 3 yards. It'd be about a yard short, but this flip flag is going to be a holding, and that's going to mark McGuffey back 10 yards.
So that 3rd and 4 now becomes 3rd and 14, which is unfortunate. Because with that Carlisle run to the right, if not for the hold, I mean, you're looking at a short 4th and 1.
This is a huge penalty. This goes all the way back inside the McGuffey 45-yard line. It is now 3rd down and 15 to go. It's a loss of about 11, maybe even 12 yards. That's 3rd down and 16, we'll say. That's about a 12-yard loss on that penalty marked off from the spot of the foul. You need to get at least half of it back here if you're McGuffey.
I think the goal would be try to get to at least the Linsly 45.
Carlisle, back to pass. Blitzed, gonna have to get away, he is sacked. Dropped to the 35-yard line. Number 41, Alco Smith in there for the second time for a stop for a loss, and it is, with 2.5 minutes to go, McGuffey is going to need to gain about 25 yards on this play to keep the ball. Penalties just kill you. That is, we've seen that today already. That's two drives they've had totally killed by holding penalties. And it happened right before the half when they decided to do the fake punt. They had that holding call on that drive, and then it happened right here when they were marching down inside Linsly territory. So 4th down and 25 to go. And there's only 2 minutes and counting here. If they don't make this, it's pretty much game over. We have a flag on the play. And I don't know, we have too many people on one side of the football. What do you got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Was it that or was it the play clock? So it looked like the play clock had struck 0, but I don't know if they had actually reset it. Nope, it's going to be, I believe, a delay game on McGuffey. So it just goes from bad to worse for the McGuffey offense right now. It's now a 4th and 30.
How do you get a delay game when you're trying to kind of run a hurry-up offense?
I don't know if they paid attention to the play clock.
Well, but no, my point is you'd be trying to hurry up anyways. It shouldn't even be an issue. So now 4th down and 30. The only thing that would make this game more frustrating if it ends up the way it is right now would be if it was a conference game. Luckily, it is not. But still, it's one of these games where you had the game in control, kind of let it get away from you. So we'll see what they do here, if they can get a miracle on 4th and 30. And emotions Dietrich. Going out, we got a blitz again. We throw it backside to Dietrich. It's caught, and he's going to go out of bounds well short of the first down. It's around the 40-yard line. Gain of about 10 on the play. Linsly will take over. McGuffey only has 1 timeout, so Linsly can pretty much run this out.
A lot of good and a lot bad to take away from this game, and we can talk about it briefly in the post game whenever the time comes, unless something unpredictable can happen with this McGuffey defense. But Linsly takes over 1st and 10 at the McGuffey 40-yard line. Play clock at about 15 seconds.
Victory formation. This will just about do it here. So I'm just going to go ahead and give you next week's schedule. We are back at home. We're back to a 7 o'clock kickoff. It'll be Waynesburg back in the conference game as the kneel down there happens. McGuffey does use their last time out. And that comes with 1:44 to go. Waynesburg will visit. We've got 4 games left on the season, all our conference games, 2 home, 2 away. It'll be Waynesburg, following week Chartiers Houston on the 15th. The 22nd will be home against Beth Center, and then on the road at Washington to finish out the season. The standings coming into today in the conference, Wash High, 5-0 on the year, 2-0 in the conference. McGuffey will be 3-3 on the year after this, but 2-0 in the conference. And back behind them tonight, Chartiers Houston, I think, with the win tonight, goes to 2-1. Charleroi now goes to 1-2. I did not see a Beth Center score. Fraser is now 0-2 in the conference. Waynesburg 1-2. They'll be tied with Charleroi. So depending on what happened to Beth Center, will be depending on where they sit in the standings. And let's see here. So if Linsly continues to down the ball, 40-second clock being what it is, let's see, they'll have about 80 seconds off. It might leave about 20 seconds for a punt. And there is the kneel down again, and that will get the clock running.
And with that, we'll definitely take it inside a minute to go.
3rd down. De Lorenzo's backing up quite a bit on these, so he doesn't risk getting hit or fumbling the ball. So it's about 3rd and 15 now, or 3rd and 16 after the 2 kneel downs. They'll come back up again in victory formation. And are you kidding me? Linsly called a timeout. All right, well, let's give, our sponsors make this possible. Let's give them some more time. Listen to McGuffey Sports Network, powered by RH Sports Shop, carried on the Triple Live High School Sports Network.
Looking to earn fast cash for scrap metal and vehicles? Brookman Iron and Metals will pay you top dollar for unwanted scrap metal or junk cars. Since 1931, Brookman Iron and Metals has offered the highest market prices for scrap metal, from iron to brass to vehicles. Looking to recycle? Their local family-owned company will take any recyclable metal off your hands. In addition, you have easy access to their clean location to recycle without a hassle. Don't let recyclable metal materials take up your much-needed space. Use a roll-off container from Brookman Iron and Metals to provide you with a convenient solution for your recycling needs. Brookman Iron and Metals, located at 4 Race Street in Washington, 724-222-4260.
All right, back here, Linsly timeout. They still have 1 remaining. 58 seconds to go. Jason did tell us, and I do remember this now, Beth Center did forfeit to Wash High. That's why we didn't see Beth Center Wash High things, but he says, yeah. So forfeit. Wash High then is 3-0 in the section, and Beth Center now 0-2 after that forfeit. So we'll eventually get this 3rd down, kneel down snap off, and then that would leave about probably 20 seconds to go. Linsly will bring out the punt team, and then we'll see what happens here. We've seen stranger things happen, in football games. You can always, they're going to line up here and run a play. Look at this. They got the shotgun. Here they go, 3rd and 16. Watch another hard count. Let's make it 8. There we go. They're going to hand off. No, keeping it. De Lorenzo, and he is going to be spun down and goes out of bounds. He stopped the clock. He went out of bounds and stopped the clock with 49 seconds to go. Wow. Colossal mistake there by the quarterback. You just need to go down, but he goes out of bounds. You can see at the last minute he was trying to maybe reach down and put the ball down in bounds, but he stops it with 49 seconds to go, and now Linsly's going to have to give the ball back to McGuffey with a little bit of time left on the clock.
And as you just said, stranger things have happened in a game, and this kind of shines a little bit of light now towards the Highlanders.
This is the first punt for Linsly,
punt, yeah.
And that's number 10,
Felix Reiter.
Yeah, so he's going to be doing the punting. Everybody is up except for Logan Carlisle. So McGuffey ready to send the kitchen sink here at this punt block. And we got a timeout. This is going to be probably the last one by Linsly. They'll take it with 49 seconds to go. We'll be right back here for this punt. Listen to McGuffey Sports Network, powered by ARH Sports Shop, carried on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Hi, everyone. Zach Waters from the McGuffey Sports Network. Whenever your home or business decides to give you a headache, turn to the experts you can trust at McKean Plumbing and Heating, located at 468 West Chestnut Street in Washington, and is your source for plumbing, heating, electrical, and air conditioning. Whether it's a job for the do-it-yourselfer, a routine service call, or an installation, let the experienced staff assist with your needs. Call them at 724-225-6260 or stop in and visit them Monday through Fridays 8 to 6 and Saturdays 8 to 4. Plumbing, heating, electrical, or air conditioning, answer McKean. PA 9085.
All right, so here we go. The punt attempt here. Reiter waiting the snap. Gets it. It's a high snap. He gets it. Gets it off. It's a wobbler. It's going to be taken by Carlisle at the 12. He tries to head up the middle. It makes one man miss at the 20. Goes up the sideline. He's going to be tackled near the 24-yard line with 36 seconds to go. That's the amount of time here for McGuffey to make it 76 yards to try to win this game. Now, this is obviously an offense that's built around the run game, but we've seen them move it through the air. But the problem with this is Linsly's going to have everybody back. They're going to have a lot of guys back. So you've got to take what they give you. Take what they give you and stop the clock.
Yeah, they'll definitely be anticipating the pass.
McEwen back in at quarterback. Back to pass. McEwen, he throws it out. McAdoo incomplete. He was trying to hit him in the flat around the 30-yard line, but that falls too far out of his reach. And 3 seconds ran off, so 33 seconds to go.
Linsly's coming out with two linemen, one on either tackle, and they have one kind of split, but kind of sitting back a little bit.
We got both quarterbacks in here.
Try to pull off a little razzle-dazzle if need be.
Logan Carlisle in, Tristan McAdoo out. So it's going to be Janet split wide to the left, Carlisle to the right, and they want him to reset the play clock. All right. McEwen under center. Back to pass. Throws deep. Throws it way up in the air. Going to have to come back for Janovich. It's intercepted by DiLorenzo. He's got it, and that'll be the ball game. He takes it over. Linsly will take over just on their side of the 50, around the 48-yard line or so. And we do have a Linsly player down behind the play. And I think that might be Taylor, number 27. Alex Taylor, I believe. They're going to spot the ball at the 45. That was Taylor. He is up and able to walk off under his own power. So 23 seconds. It should just be one kneel down here, and that'll be the ball game. Almost the same final score as last year. It was 27-21. Linsly coming back to win it. This year 26-21. So deja vu all over again. Victory formation here. This time DiLorenzo goes under center. And he is tapped down there. And that will do it. Clock will wind down. Your final score tonight. Linsly 26, McGuffey 21. We'll be back here to wrap things up on the McGuffey Sports Network, powered by ARH Sports Shop, carried on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Highlanders Nation, looking for that perfect piece of clothing to showcase your McGuffey spirit? Look no further than Fanatic Impressions at 166 South Main Street in Washington. Fanatic Impressions offers a wide variety of sporting goods, athletic apparel, and school spirit gear. Have an event coming up? Fanatic Impressions offers custom bulk screen printing and promotional product printing to help make your team, event, wedding, or business all the more personal. Open Monday through Saturday. Fanatic Impressions at 166 South Main Street in Washington.
All right, final score, Linsly 26, McGuffey 21. It was 21-0 McGuffey towards the end of the first half. We saw Linsly get that late touchdown, and then they would come out in the second half, take their first drive, take a couple plays, and a 40-yard run by Luca DiLorenzo. Made it 21-14. Into the fourth quarter, they got a 4-yard run by Aiden Saunders. The extra point, though, was off the upright. Made it 21-20. And then they did an onside kick where it looked like one of the linemen, number 52 for Linsly, was offside, Kovaleski, but they did not call him offside. The onside kick was recovered by Linsly. They would take it about and eventually score on a 25-yard pass from DiLorenzo to Multi-File. The extra point was no good there. They went for 2. So there's your final score, 26-21. We do have a bunch of stuff coming up for you on the McGuffey Sports Network for sure. Next week, we got on the Tuesday, we'll have boys soccer at home against Mount Pleasant. I'll be covering that auction for you. We might even have some more stuff. So keep your eye on the website, McGuffeysports.com. And we also have next week a back-in conference at home. Waynesburg will be visiting McGuffey. It'll be a 7 o'clock kickoff, so we'll be on there our normal time, 6:45. Tonight, of course, we have the later kickoff. But, yeah, the pleasure coming out here tonight. It was a good football game. McGuffey looked like they had a good handle on this one, but they just let it get away.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Unfortunate things happen. But, I mean, I think the biggest turning point in tonight's game, Rusty, had to be the fake punt late in the second quarter. And I think that's whenever the momentum really went from A to B.
Yep.
We saw Linsly slip into the driver's seat, not to mention that the 7 penalties by the defensive line tonight definitely played a huge factor in this game.
Yeah, a lot of hard counts, getting them offside.
And I think they're going to work on that a lot in practice this upcoming week after they sit back and try to utilize film. But next week's a new week, back to conference play. We're back at home. Anxious to see what next week is going to bring for McGuffey.
So that'll be it for us tonight. Join us next week back at home and looking to go. McGuffey looks to go 3-0 in the conference as they take on Waynesburg. Thanks for tuning in. For Zach Waters and Jason Kerna and our buddy Kevin over here running all the video for us all night long. I want to thank him so much. And I want to thank you for tuning in, and all our sponsors as well. Have a great weekend, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to the McGuffey Sports Network, powered by Air Sports Shop.